No worries, how are we, guys? Speaking of the subs you just mentioned, subs are Moya and Long for either side. So, for anyone wondering, hello to everyone who has joined the stream tonight. How you doing, Nathan and Elisa? 2 people in the stream already, that's insane. How you doing, mate? So players are just starting to their final warm-ups right now. Both of us tipping Collingwood. Do you give Carlton a chance tonight?
Yeah, well, sometime it has to turn around, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you give them a chance. You got to. They just haven't.
These have been traditionally close, these games too, in recent times. So the mics are all on and good. That's good, man. So okay, mics are on. That's good. Yeah, I think we're good. No Carlton. No Carlton. I think they're a bit of a chance tonight, but I don't give it. But look, on recent form, they shouldn't be anywhere near this one. I don't think. Collingwood, after the bye, I think they'll get off to maybe a bit of a sluggish start. Carlton have been good starters, good first half team, but they just capitulate in the second half. So that's where the game's, I think, probably how this game's going to be won. I'm 9 okay, so don't swear. I'm not gonna promise that for you. So maybe get your parents to turn off. Drink quickly. That poor toss, and the toss is won by Carlton. Oh my god, it's insane. I think that may be their first win of the year. Okay. Have to go eat dinner. All good, mate. No worries. Oh, sorry. That's probably better. Alright, I think we're okay. We look good. We've got sound on. Scoreboard's all good. Remember to put the timer on this time. Oh. So players starting to move into position now. Massive game for Carlton. Can they get their first win on the board? Collingwood just coming off the bye. Will they be sluggish or will they continue on their hot form that they've had over the first couple of weeks? Final tip and final margin. What do you want to give it?
I think Collingwood win. I think about 3.5 goals.
Okay. Is that what the bet you put on this week?
No, I haven't put a bet on the margin. I never do.
Okay. Never do. Probably
What about you? What do you think?
I'm thinking Collingwood by 5 goals.
Yeah.
I think this will. I think, like I said, it's going to be a sluggish start from Collingwood. They'll catch back, and the game will, eventually in the last quarter will peter out until a Collingwood win.
Yeah.
But here we go. MCG Thursday night football. Massive crowd, was sold out in the midweek. I think it was actually last week it sold out. Both teams looking for a massive win against their old rivals. Massive game, massive rivalry. The first bounce in a moment. Take your moment, umpire. Just bounce the fucking ball. There we go. There's the first swear of the stream as well. DeConing with the first tap. DeGoey tracking it off the ground from the Collingwood player. It was Houston up in the air. 2 Collingwood players collide in midair in the end. Hollins grabs it. Good tackle there from Crisp.
Not really what they need from from Lockie Schultz to Darcy Cameron.
First, as I called it in the midweek with the tips, Dacos goes with Hewitt. So Hewitt's gone straight to him. Cameron with the clearance inside the first forward 50 for the first time. Mychek trying to give it on the up. Little chuck at the back from Perryman. Pendlebury with a great little turn. Off to Dacos. Sets it up to the top of the goal square. Bang, Bobby Hill! Can't drag it down. Tucked up in the pocket. And it rolls out of bounds.
You just thought he was going to take that, didn't you?
The crowd rose as one maybe, but he just couldn't drag it down. So yeah, like I said, George Hewitt's gone straight to Nick Dacos. I think that's the first step in beating Collingwood tonight. So interesting to see how Dacos takes that tag. Back in the ruck, Cameron unopposed, straight down to Pendlebury. Got the handball out, looking for the free, didn't get it. Cowan to McGovern, holds it over the boundary line and seen out of bounds.
Insufficient.
Well, Collingwood have started the hot of the two teams in the opening moments of the game.
So much scrutiny on Carlton this week, so you just want to see some sort of response, but be interesting.
Sard gets the handball away up and under. The goalie got a fist away from it. Just out inside their forward 50, still to Quaynor, wrapped up by Fogarty. And it'll be another stoppage. So right on top of the Telstra logo here, out of side, Collingwood's forward end. So tap down from Cameron this time. Hewitt tracking the football. Keeps it going down the wing. A good 30-metre dribbler. Looking in front is Curnow up against Frampton. Curnow just held it with the one hand. Kicked it forward to space. Looking for a runner. Kemp running after it with Howe. Howe will get there first. And he took that out a bit easily there. Umpire looked around a bit. Looked at his cohorts and decided that's just going to be a boundary throw in. So just outside Carlton's forward 50. How do you like the move of Brody Kemp? I actually don't mind it up forward.
I think it is okay at the moment because the two tools haven't played in Mackay and Curnow in the same team yet. But it'll be interesting once Mackay does come back.
So try to get it forward there. The Blues. It ricochets off a smother to
what a tackle.
Hollands, and then great tackle from Dacos up against his opponent in Hewitt. Gives him a push and shove. And Dacos gets first blood. So Dacos goes to the kick out wide. A little bit held up too much there for Lipinski. Cowan read that well. Knocked it out of bounds. So back in the ruck we go. Goes to Cripps. Ball trickles forward here for Motlop. Held almost without it. Goes forward somehow. Now Camp wrapped up by Maynard. Bit of a bone cruncher. And Maynard gets into him a little. Well, push and shove. A bit of jumper punches. A lot of that will be seen tonight, I would imagine.
Yeah, this big rivalry calls it will.
Cameron tap. Lipinski fed it through nicely to Perryman. Handball forward to space to the runner in Hill. He's about to get a kick away. Did well. Try to get it to Elliott, but there's nowhere near anyone. And it's going to run out of bounds. Called insufficient intent.
Yeah. I think it's a big game for Jesse Motlop. They're relying too much on the tools, so they're kicking it forward. But I think they've got to see these crummers actually get into the game for Carlton.
Yeah, Motlop, big pre-season. Big talks about him becoming the small forward that they need. Just been sitting there waiting. Moore went there, could have marked it, dropped it straight to the man we talk about in Motlop. Spiral ball forward, got a awkward bounce. Akers couldn't gather it. Good tackle. And then ball up, top of the goal square for the Blues. Don't mind the chaos ball inside 50 for Carlton. As it hits the ground, we'll see what they can do. So back in the ruck once again. Neither ruckman could get to it. Out the back there from Cripps off to Fogarty. Snapping ball, and he's hooked it across the face. First score of the night goes to Carlton.
It's a good start by Carlton. They've definitely need to do this.
So Pendlebury has it here in the back pocket. Drives it in front of the MCC members. Long towards Cameron. Silvani did enough to knock it out of bounds. He's been one of their best players the first few weeks. Jack Silvani played up forward. Nearly got him over the line against Richmond when they needed him. And played in defence last week. It's pretty good up against the Dogs.
Yeah, interesting.
Is that Laura Kane and Andrew Dillon down on the bench? That's interesting. How are they going to fuck it up from that angle? Anyway, from the tap down, Chera coming through to Akers, and now Hewitt. He can drive it long, see if they've learned anything different. Low ball inside the forward 50. Don't mind the entry. Wasn't a great kick in the end, though, and Howe cuts it off.
Been doing that for years.
You're back, Nathan. Nice.
Oh,
the kick is okay. So now Collingwood go with the switch. Houston across to find Quaynor. Had a bit too much on it. Quaynor didn't read it too well, and it trickles out of bounds again. So a couple of mistakes here from Collingwood. Quaynor was just ready to go further down the ground, but didn't quickly secure the football.
Yeah, he's thinking of the next option without picking up the ball first.
So a bit of an arm wrestle in the early stages. Cameron takes it out of the ruck, immediately grabbed by DeConing. Lipinski threw that away. Walsh wasn't rewarded. Pendlebury handballs it forward a good 25 metres. Went towards Cowan and Hill. Danger signs here for Cowan, but he did enough. And Wiedering happily to see it out of bounds. Big matchup tonight with Lockie Cowan going up against the 2023 Norm Smith medalist in Bobby Hill. Tracking him everywhere he goes, it seems. So Pendlebury matched up against Cripps. Great matchup, that one. DeConing with the tap. Chera couldn't gather it cleanly. Walsh got a nice bounce. Handball at the back to Doherty. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go Carlton's way. They take the advantage. Further back, Silvani. Great little turn and a fake. Did it well. Sends it towards the forward 50. Came off with a couple of fingers. Curto did well. Great tackle from Quainer on Cripps. Got up, got it out somehow. Collingwood recover nicely through Frampton. And he works it out wide to Lipinski. Great scrambling defence there from the Pies. So now he's got a lot of space here on the outer wing. Dacos calling him to keep on running. Now gives him the option, but Lipinski says no. Sends it towards 50 to the lead-up of Elliott. Great work. He's going to give it towards his teammate there in Dacos, who drives it to the top of the square. He's going to run all the way and missed. Nick Dacos, nearly a goal.
Should have Schultz really gone for that?
I think he did, but I think he thought it was going through.
I think he waited too long to realise it wasn't going through. I think that's like, because he's so far out of Dacos, I think you can have the right to just try and take it.
Yeah, with no one in the goal square of a ping. So both teams striker behind early. Young with the footy, centre wing.
It's about
short ball to Akers, wasn't the 15. Been very hot on that so far this season, the umpires. Long handball, missed his teammate, put it under all sorts of pressure, and now the Pies can rebound. Moore off to Houston. Runs one way, looking to go cross the field. It's a nice looking ball. And now the Pies can work it up. So now they work it high, wide ball here for Hill. Wasn't a great kick and runs out of bounds. Couple of skill errors, Collingwood.
The Collingwood player, who was it that kicked it to him?
I think it was Perryman.
Yeah, he had miles of space. He could have done a lot better with that.
Had to hit that kick. Bit rusty though. I think a couple of little skill errors from Collingwood in the opening minutes of this game. Obviously coming off the bye. Lipinski on the up to side bottom. Usually a good user. Sends it high, looking for the one-on-one. In by a check, 1-2. Should have marked it. Dropped a sitter. Now Carlton trying to repel. Hewitt trying to gather it cleanly. Did well to break a tackle. Chera, little underground handball was nice to Walsh. They work it up well here, the Blues. Can they find the option? They work it out wide. Missed the kick to Young though. Runs out the back. Moore running it out of bounds. And another skill error. Good rivalry. You haven't seen many of them if you're 9 years old, but yes, it is a good rivalry. Been good games the last couple of years. Tap down from DeConing. Chris tapped it towards his teammate. Got a high one. I think that's the debutant. It is in White. Will White. Parents must not like him too much, but nonetheless gets his first touch on the MCG to Sard, who played on almost to his detriment. Worked it back to Silvani, and he's going to send it up the chimney towards the forward side of the wing. Cameron couldn't mark. Akers gathered it well. Crisp, wrapped up by Walsh, got it out somehow. Off to White, did well. Second touch for him. Gives it to his captain in Cripps, who puts on his cape and kicks it forward to Williams. And he gives it off to Walsh. Not a great handball. They're working it up okay to Lord. The inclusion this week to Ollie Hollands. Teammates point towards goal, and that's where Ollie Hollands sends it. Blues' first goal of the night. That's some exciting football that's been few and far between so far this year for Carlton. But it's young Ollie Hollands who kicks the first one.
I like what they're doing here, Carlton. They're putting some speed on the ball, which is what they do need with the players that they've got. They marked it and just played on. They didn't think about it. They just straight away handball from Williams there.
Wasn't a good handball. Walsh did well to make it okay though.
But that's the type of movement you want. That's the type of play you want. Just get going.
Well, they've been good starting team, Carlton, in the first couple of weeks of the season. Has not been their issue, but hey, might as well get off to a good start once again. So now working it through the middle of the ground. It's Cameron who got a boot to it. runs towards Dacos, got a handball away to Houston. He grabbed his own handball. Dacos just racking up the disposals himself. Just got his drew the opponent, then got it to Houston, to Josh Dacos, who'll give it back to the recruit. Further back they go, just working backwards at the moment, the Pies. And now, dangerous looking ball from Houston into the middle of the ground. Perryman tried to make it work, but DeConing gathers it. Desard, he's had a few good touches early. Short ball to Curnow. He's been a bit quiet so far this year, but he goes from outside 50, long ball, it goes wide. Bit of a wasted opportunity there for the Blues.
I think he definitely had the right to have that shot. There was no one there.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but probably a bit of a waste. They're moving forward here. If they can get a couple of early goals, maybe give themselves a bit more confidence. So Moore takes the kick out, just goes laterally and finds Dan Houston in the back pocket. So he's racking up a few disposals in the early stages. He's going to drive it high and long down that wing once again. DeConing just shoves Cameron aside, takes the mark.
It's a bit too easy there from Tom DeConing.
So DeConing, about to get cut off. He got the kick away only just to Cripps. Got it touched. In fact, it was Lord. Held almost without it, but now the Pies can repel. Dacos gives it off to Schultz. He's got Nick Dacos inside. Got it smothered. The kick Sard. He started well. He'll gather the handball from Akers. Jams it inside the forward 50. Collingwood have numbers. And now Darcy Cameron takes the relieving mark. So Frampton taken in the defensive goal square. He was an inclusion this week for the Pies. He just goes wide and finds Dan Houston in the back pocket once again. And he'll send it high and long once more towards the one-on-one Myercheck. Little tap down, almost a little parry, only as far as Silvani. The handball from Lord straight to Walsh was immediately under pressure. Cripps did well, and then Holland sat on top of it. He's going to be rewarded, Cameron. He should be rewarded, and he is. Yeah, Holland's just kind of turtled himself then, just sat on top of it.
They kind of overpossessed that there, Carlton. That's the type of moment that...
A bit like this. Oh, Cameron, what a move. Stood past Lord, did well, and worked it out wide to Crisp. Said in the commentary a little earlier, 241 games in a row. I remember early in his career at Brisbane, was injury prone quite a lot. So he's done really well to get to the Pies and just continue playing. And then another little step there from another Pies player. This one was Crisp. Sends it towards the 50. Had a hand on it, was Young, but now the Pies can link up. Pendlebury to Dacos. Sends it inside towards McQuarrie. Good spoil. Brought it to ground. McGovern gives it off to Chera. Looking okay at the moment to Haynes. And now Doherty can clear for the Blues. Sends it down the wing. A little bit too much on it. McStay was there. Good contest there from Motlop, but Dan Houston there to sweep out the back. Works the ball forward. Nice looking ball. Hits up Schultz. So just about to tick under 10 minutes to go in this first term. Only one goal kick between the two sides. Been a real arm wrestle so far. Now Schultz sends it to the top of the goal square. Who's going to fly? Brought to ground. Myercheck was there. To go. About to sock it off the ground. Wiedering did well to tap it through for a rush behind.
That was beautiful by Wiedering. Just there at the right time.
The whole team's been a bit shaky the first couple of weeks. So even that, just get it through for a rush behind. Play it to safety. So Chera has the footy.
He's had a very good start of the season, Chera.
Oh, I thought you were about to jinx it then. To White. Don't mind the look of this kid. Works it straight through the middle to Walsh, who started well. Now Lord takes it in the middle of the MCG.
Oh.
Short darting ball. It's out the back to Doherty. He's got a number over the top. Decides to go a little bit more central to Fogarty, who finds his captain in Cripps. This would be a perfect start for the Blues. Cripps drives it through. Well, this is the start the Carlton fans would have dreamed of. Cripps kicks his first.
Always rely on Cripps to kick the goal.
Well, they need him tonight. If they're going to win this game, he's going to have to fire.
Yeah. They always had the overlap there, Carlton, that even though it was not a great kick by Lord, it's just the fact is that they're going forward.
Well, whoever's the man up on Doherty has to do better than that. Doherty had a huge amount of space out there.
Yeah. And
it hasn't been perfect from Carlton so far, but like handballs have missed a few targets, but they've been able to find that free man.
The thing that they're doing is they're moving it forward. The forwards are going forward. Their kicks they're just taking territory, and that's what they need to do.
Yeah, they're moving it fast as well. I like the look of White, this guy here. So brought into the team this week as a debutant. He's had a few early touches and a good finish there from Patrick Cripps. So back in the middle, Young in as the replacement ruck for the moment. Only as far as side bottom. He'll run away. Kick it inside the forward 50 high. Who's going to fly? My check. 1-2. Got it.
No way.
Didn't claim the mark. A little bit too honest. I think if he claimed that a bit, maybe the umpire would have been fooled into it. But it's a ball up 25 metres out straight in front of the Pies goal. Collingwood do look dangerous and going inside the forward 50. McStay tapped down. Trying to gather it was Membry. And ball up once again. How you doing, Lisa? What are you up to tonight? So Carlton with the early dominance. Young spiked it out of the area, running as far as Hill. Handballed it out towards Maynard. Unlikely goal scorer. Drives it low and straight! So Collingwood get there first, and an unlikely source in Braden Maynard. Well, the game's just suddenly come to life in the last few moments. It was an arm wrestle in the early stages, but 2 goals in a minute.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again from what happened in the goal square, but I think it's all fine. I think that you can't.
You always get away with a little bit more in the goal square, don't you?
No, his eyes are all the ways on the ball there, Marge. You can't really give that as a. Yeah.
There's not much Silvani really could have done. It was
Yeah.
just. I mean, look, if it was around the ground, that probably would have been paid, but I mean, yeah.
I
Not
think
much
that's
to give
fair. That's always fair. That sort of one.
Yeah, I mean, look,
But-
it's probably.
To be honest, like who was there on Maynard? Like he was free by a mile. Yeah.
Yeah, not doing too bad, Lisa. So back in the ruck. Tap down. Hewitt trying to gather it. Perryman just socking it off the ground forward. Landing into the hands of Schultz. Snapping it towards the 50. Who's going to mark it? Gets out the back. Mychek trying to show some pace. Didn't get a little touch onto it. Elliott. Good play there from Wiedering. Slapped it into the behind post. I've liked... Yeah, not too bad, Lisa. Doing all right tonight. Not the greatest there from Carlton, letting that out the back, but Wiedering, a couple of scrambling efforts in the early stages.
Yeah.
So danger signs here for the Blues. Have to be on high alert. Who's going to go through? McStay takes the front spot. Tapped it down. Dacos pushed his opponent underneath it. Was Motlop. But Lord can gather. Good smother. And the Pies lock it inside. Perryman. Been around the footy a lot so far in this contest. Had a really good start to his season for the Pies. But since then, hasn't really done a lot. Especially AFL fantasy-wise. He just gypped a lot of us into it. Not you, but anyway. So ball back into play. Neither ruckman could get to it. It spills out to Akers, who runs an arc and then got a kick away. Almost, I think they hit a shoelace, only just got it far away outside the area, but then spikes back into the 50 for the Pies. McStay fumbled. Akers missed the handball to Williams, has to go and track it. And now did well there, Maynard. Body lined it and got the ball forward. Pendlebury, Lipinski, short little kick, good smother from Haynes. Ricochets back to Lipinski, wrapped up.
The pressure that
Ball
here
up.
from Carlton's been really good so far.
I'm probably going for Carlton, but I mean, I tip Collingwood. I'm only going for Carlton. I mean, I wouldn't really be going for anyone, to be honest. I mean, it's not really like I like these teams. Hoping for a close game. McStay with the tap, only as far as Akers. Got a kick, couldn't get it away though. Elliott smothered. Ball just bouncing around inside this little phone box of an area. Went to ground their cow and he has to get it out. Elliott's got wrapped up by Akers. Did well. Took him to the boundary line and don't think went over. Oh, he pinned him.
Wow.
That's fucking... Okay.
Really?
That's a tough call.
That's not...
Oh, then Akers came off the side of his boot. It's an absolute tumble punt. And Houston read that to just fist that one over the boundary line. And Dan Houston get a couple of bumps from a couple of people who could have been his teammates this year.
Maybe that's why they're a bit...
Yeah, maybe.
A bit
Yeah, maybe Cripps
bit
was like,
into
"Hey, I
it.
talked to you on the phone. You could have at least joined us, you dog." Anyway. So just on the forward half here for the Pies. DeConing takes it out of the ruck, handballing forward, only as far as Pendlebury, who seems to have all the time in the world. Handball over the top of DeGoey. On the bounce, tried to stiff arm, but Akers wasn't falling for that. Just out of bounds there. DeGoey almost got away with it. Who do we go for? I'll go for Sydney. He goes for Port Adelaide. Tap down from McStay. Hewitt got the handball to Akers again. Long handball to Cripps. Tried to get into his move before actually controlling the footy, and it runs out of it once again, right in front of the Collingwood fans there. I'm sure they love Patrick Cripps just as much as the rest of us. You go for Carlton. Well, they started pretty well. And Nathan, or I'm shooting against Nathan, or whatever it is anyway. He goes for Collingwood. DeConing with the tap. Crisp couldn't gather it. McStay got the kick forward. High up and under. Almost there. Couldn't mark. I think it was Myercheck. It was. And it trickles out of bounds once again. So back into that arm wrestle. So it looks like Darcy Moore playing on Young tonight, trying to drift off him and then help out with whoever's ever manned up on Charlie Curnow. Commentators seem to hate that idea. I don't mind it, but I mean, he should be the best defender or the best forward, but anyway. So inside the forward 50. DeConing with the tap. Hewitt's trying to get it out, tackled by two Pies. The pressure from both teams is doing well. DeConing with a tap. Only as far as Schultz to Perryman. Got it on the boot. Spiralling ball. I think it's going to get all the way through. It is. And if you don't mind, Harry Perryman kicks his first goal in the black and white. Well, it was something out of nothing, but it's all the same on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's just a bit too easy.
Well, the first two goals for Collingwood, both have came from stoppages inside their forward 50. Again, it's just, that's Walsh that time. He's had a good start. Has to be a little bit more accountable there to Perryman. Just lets him go a little bit too easy. And then Perryman's kick, I mean, look, it's nothing pretty. But, I mean, it lands on the goal line.
Well, to be honest, the first two goals have been like that against Carlton. So
as the cops just walk down the aisle there, right in front of the Carlton.
That happened a lot tonight.
You go for the Saints. Oh, okay. Well, this started well. So back in the middle we go. Scores, set a piece, and now tapped it down there, Chera. Nicely to Williams, who just jams it forward. Bouncing chaos ball, got past everyone. Rolls out the back. Lewis Young socketed it back towards a teammate, and now up and under, going towards the goal line. Came off a couple of players and ricocheted through for a behind. Who was it? That was White. Almost got his first goal.
The way they're going forward, Carlton, is a lot better than they have the first couple of weeks of the season. They're not... Well, it's not like they're trying to lower their eyes, but they're just not kicking a lot, big bombs at the moment. Just
easy ones to cut off. You go for Port.
Oh,
we went for Collingwood. So Crisp jams a low ball down the wing. Great work from Myercheck. Good body on DeConing. Seems like there's not much in the back anymore. So then he almost worked himself into some trouble. To Dacos out the back. Crisp. And they recover now with Maynard. Down the wing. McStay calls his teammate out of it to take the mark. Off to Nick Dacos. Kicked it across his body to the pocket. And Haynes just shoved Hill aside and took the mark.
It's a bit of experience there, I reckon.
So McGovern, low kick. Oh, a bit shaky, but Silvani takes it. And Silvani works it over the top, and they're going to go straight through the middle again, the Blues, to Lord. Into the right in the middle. It's a dangerous kick. Has to make it work. In between four Pies, hits Chera. Well, gutsy kick, but it worked out. He goes back to Lord.
Ooh.
Well, he was the sub in the first game. Dropped in the second game, and now he's back in the... Sorry, he was subbed out in the first game. Anyway, Haynes kicks it inside the forward 50 to the lead up of Young. Did it well. He's got a few options over the top. Working into the pocket. I think it's the debutant. It is.
Tell him to go back, yeah.
Will White. Well, he's been exciting so far, Will White.
I think he's about his fifth disposal. He's done reasonably well so far.
Family in the stands, looking to the heavens, hoping that their young man on the field right now could drive it through the big sticks. Grew up a Carlton fan, and unfortunately leaves it out to the left-hand side.
He seemed to rush himself a little there.
Yeah, a little bit rushed, but I mean that's a bit understandable in front of 90,000 fans. So Josh Dacos will take the kick in here. Drives it long down the wing. High ball, McGovern reads it well. And he plays on immediately. Gives it off to Akers. Went to go handball outside, then go back inside to McGovern. He'll jam it inside. Long ball. Collingwood have numbers. Curnow did well. And he's paid the mark here to Frampton.
That's not a mark even in the under 8s. Jesus Christ.
You like my headset? I think it's just a gaming one. It's a Turtle Beach, I think. So Frampton gets the free kick. Goes quickly here for Howard. Now Crisp on the wing. They've got the overlap here, the Pies. They just have to work it out. And eventually it runs out of bounds. Just been a little bit shaky so far, the Pies, on their usage of the football.
Do you think it's they're coming off the bye?
I think it is a little bit. Yeah. I think they'll work their way into it.
I did like that from Collingwood. They just let it keep going. They took the overlap. It wasn't... It was just the fact that the skill execution wasn't there.
DeConing couldn't hold the tackle, and Chris breaks away to space. Inside the forward 50, not a really good kick, and Haynes gathered it well. Growing into his work at the Blues. They link up nicely at halfback here, Carlton, from Sard to Akers out wide. And he wants to go back more corridor, so he just goes back to McGovern, who drives it straight through the middle. And they're away here. Motlop feigned a handball, decided to go forward to the lead-up. Fogarty couldn't mark. Houston didn't have it. Should get a free kick. Umpire wasn't too happy to pay it and called for a ball up.
That should have been marked by Fogarty. That was an easy mark, uncontested.
Carlton looking to try and get inside. DeConing took it out of the ruck, then missed the kick, got it smothered. Perryman wrapped up. Hewitt, little dribbling ball, trying to look for a teammate on as far as Howe. To side bottom to Moore. Long handball to Dacos underground. Side bottom gathers it well. Oh, he's under a bit of pressure. Pendlebury fumble. That may have been the first time in his career. Dacos held without it. And Motlop wrapped up, slung to the turf. And it'll be a ball up. Moyer looks like he may be getting ready to come on. I'll have to wait in a moment to see what that free kick is for, but that could be a big story. Cameron with the tap. DeConing trying to gather it out of there. Hewitt was clean. Akers back. Holland's fumble. McQuarrie hot on the pressure, and he's going to wrap him up and holding the footy. They pay the advantage, but not to Collingwood's advantage in the end, and now McGovern held up, and it's a ball up on the centre wing. So it looks like maybe Lockie Cowan is the injury. Definitely not a like for like whatsoever. Ollie Holland's got tackled hard here, and I think it's... Who is it? There was a little bit of a movement there from Dacos. Anyway, back with the footy itself. Side bottom with the gather. Broke past the tackler. Looking for a handball option, but the kick looks exquisite.
Always can rely on side
just
bottom.
Had that drift on it that just cut back and just landed perfectly into DeGoey's hands. In the later parts of the opening term, Collingwood have an opportunity here to get in front for the first time.
Yeah, when side bottom's hands, you could always pretty much rely on him hitting the target.
Jordan DeGoey is the heartbeat of this side. He drives it towards goal and it's straight through. Collingwood struck in front for the first time. Who do you tip for? I tip the Gold Coast, you tip the Crows, correct?
Yes.
It's a good kick there from the goal. He never looked like missing.
He's good to see him back. Like, he's still one of their best players, and when he's at his best,
one of the best in the comp. Really.
Yeah.
So a good kick, and with only about 2 minutes left on the clock, the Pies hit the lead. 4 points the margin. So back in the middle once again. DeConing going up against Cameron as they'll do all night. With the tap down, DeConing got a handball away to Cripps. Didn't gather it, got a high one though. He'll quickly give off the handball to Sard, who's on for a bit of a run. Did well, and then thumped it forward high. Who's going to get there? It's who else? Charlie Curnow. Did well. Big Duke's out. Took the mark. An opportunity here to get Carlton back in front with a quick reply.
If I'm Collingwood, I'm changing that. I'm changing who's on Adam Sard at the moment because Sard's just roaming around, just doing nothing, doing everything again. So
kind of feels like Sard after the time. Just when he feels like playing a good game, he'll just
that's the sad reality of him.
So Charlie Curnow, opportunity here to get his team back in front. Look at the kick. It's going to hold that right goal post, but it's going to go drift on the right side, and the Blues strike back.
God, they need him back in form.
Can you do a shout out? I mean, if you want to go, Lisa's shout out. I mean, I guess. Did he even hit him in the face? I didn't think he hit him, to be honest. I thought he just threw his head back. Anyway. So back in the middle, DeConey just grabbed his opponent there. He's going to get the free kick, though. It's just a block against Cameron, so DeConey will take it.
Collingwood think they're getting the short straw of the free kicks at the moment.
So DeConey's going to send it back inside the forward 50 once again. Who's going to fly? Maynard was there, couldn't mark. Lord, handball, didn't really get much of a fist onto it. Houston, always cool, calm and collected. To Josh Dacos, jams it down the wing. Towards McQuarrie, couldn't gather it cleanly. Akers went to ground, but not before he could gather with a nice handball. Hollands on the inside to Cripps, who doesn't have the footy. Dacos gave away the free. Two stars of the competition up against each other. 1 and 2 in the Brownlow last year. And the number 1 wins out. Cripps sends it long. Frampton has his name written all over it. Couldn't mark. Moore handballed towards the boundary line. Umpire not brave enough to pay it.
Nah, I think he knew he got tackled as he handballed it.
And Nick Dacos was there too.
Yeah, they weren't going to give it against him.
So late part to the opening turn. Yeah. DeConing just shoves Cameron aside. Trying to get a kick away, was smothered. So DeConing does it again. And he leaves it to the right-hand side. He's manhandling Cameron at times in this early stages.
Yeah, it's a bit worrying if you're a Pies in the Pies block at the moment because he is dominating.
3 points. Stan Houston will take the kick in. And he's a veteran of this, so he'll just run straight up the square, get that nice little disposal. And look at the kick, was nice. So Josh Dacos on the back 50.
Just keep you to the boundary line, and this will probably definitely be at the scores.
Yeah.
Quarter time.
So 15 seconds left. Dacos is going to send it high. Looking for a flyer. Free kick's going to go to Haynes. Walsh wants to take the advantage. Just got the kick away. Late seconds tick down. And marked by Cameron. And this will be the quarter time scoreline. I think Lipinski actually touched that as we get into it a bit. So Walsh slings Dacos to ground. A little bit of jumper punches. Players surround. Carlton and Collingwood fans stand up and cheer. I think about every player at the moment is in this little fracas. They start to split. Curnow pushes and shoves. Maynard pushes and shoves. He would love to do that. Cripps having a little talk with Dan Houston, saying, "Why didn't you join us, mate?" And he said, "Because you're 0-3. Silvani having a push and shove with Darcy Moore, 2 father sons, right?
Maynard gets back into it.
Right, back in again. And then they're separating a little bit more now. Curnow still having a chat with Nick Dacos as he ties his shoes. Sure, he's listening to every word. But now the team's split.
They take to the huddles.
Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Still going here.
Sard's not happy.
Interesting. Sard not too impressed. He's the one right in the middle of it. But there goes the siren. Obviously, everything's all done now. We'll be back in a moment with the second quarter. Well, that was an interesting
way to finish it.
An interesting first quarter, all being said and done. Oh, fuck. Who just went electric, bro? So Lockie Cowan has been subbed out for Moyer. That was the first change. So, first quarter has been completed. I think both teams will come out of it looking okay. I don't think they'll be too concerned. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Yeah, it was a good first quarter, I agree. So the one sub that was made at quarter time, unfortunately, was the injury to Lockie Cowan. So players starting to move back into position for the second term. Carlton lead it going into the second quarter. So here we go. DeConing with the first tap, trying to get it out of there. Did okay, Cripps. We'll gather it back. McQuarrie wraps him up. Got to kick away somehow. Side bottom. Let it go. And now Pendlebury. Great pick up. Handball forward to Dacos. About to get pressured up, but he did too well. Handball back inside, missed Pendlebury, trickles away, and now the Blues can rebound. Did well there to Koning, gave the handball over the top to Walsh, who just socketed it off the turf. Bouncing ball towards Curnow. Quaynor gets there first. Trying to get it towards the boundary line. Frampton gathered it. Motlop, good tackle. Great tackle. And he's going to be rewarded, Motlop. Great work.
Frampton hasn't really started well, has he?
This is my brother, by the way. He's just getting a drink. Anyway, sent it inside the forward 50. Cameron at number there. Did well in Koning to bring it to the ground. Maynard overran it. Young couldn't pick it up. And then Maynard's kick short to Crisp. Was paid 15.
I don't know. Lewis Young, I don't think's a forward.
Yeah. But I mean, he's taking the matchup more at the moment, which would definitely be helping them out.
Yeah, but I think you play with more. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that with Cowan
out, I think now you probably send him back. But again, it's pretty raining out there at the moment. So Collingwood work it all the way up to the wing. Crisp gives it off to McQuarrie. Dropped the footy. Just socketed it off the ground looking for territory. Haynes did well to get it up. Hewitt, and then too much fancy footwork, and they turned it over. Dacos working it forward. McQuarrie taps it onto Elliott. Looking inboard. He can go towards goal. He's hooked it across the face and hit the boundary, hit the point post.
Just thought Jamie Elliott wouldn't miss that.
Not a dangerous kick. Kemp marks. So it's just a little bit of rain come down at the moment, just to make it a little bit harder for players. Lord turned around, knew he had space, so just kicked it long towards Curnow. 1-2. Oh, he's looking the goods. He wants to go to Koning. Finds himself all on his own. Wasn't a great kick, and then left the footy behind. Chris.
Why kick it to your ruckman like that? Seriously.
It was a shit kick. Now Collingwood can repel through Dacos. Long kick, memory, didn't read it. McGovern stole it from him. Got a huge amount of options, but decided to kick it towards the boundary line.
That actually seemed like that's where he wanted to go. You just want to kick it out because
he's like, I trust the boundary line.
There's no way that's 15. There's no 15 metres. That wasn't going to be 15 if he hit that in the Mollop. So that's a terrible kick, really. But I think it's more.
It should have just been paid insufficient intent.
Yeah,
shit.
Because that's where he wanted
that
it.
Skill error. Should have just been like, no, that was shit kick, bro.
Ooh.
Koning couldn't take it. Side bottom, just thumps it out with the fist outside. A good 30-metre punch. McGovern gathered it. McQuarrie just sweating on him. Locks him in. So 3 points to the margin. Tap down from Koning towards Motlop and Doherty. Doherty jammed it on the boot. Kicked it on the full. So Josh Dacos take the kick.
Just got it on the instep there, Doherty.
This was what Charlie Curnow you like to see. They should have been 50 against Dacos, by the way. The 10-metre rule's just abandoned now.
Oh, well, they haven't paid that in years.
Back on the wing, Collingwood have numbers to work it through. Can they make it work? Dacos with the fumble. And now on the counter of the Blues, McGovern's handball forward to Koning. Handball further back on the toes of Wiedering. Sends it down the wing. It would have been a perfect kick if it stayed in bounds. Out of bounds on the full. I don't think Wiedering even saw Doherty there. I think he just kicked it long and was a bit.
It nearly worked. Lucky. It nearly worked.
Yeah, almost lucky.
We've got to start outside the boundary.
So Josh Dacos will take the kick here. Umpire's pleading for him to get over the boundary line as the Collingwood fans scream at the umpire. So Josh Dacos will send it down the wing. Who's going to fly? Elliott at the back. Wiedering wasn't letting him pass. And Wiedering on his knee gives a handball forward to Doherty, who can finally drive it long. 1-on-1. Who's going to fly? Moore did well for the moment. Handballed it forward. And now they can break away. Dacos just missed Crisp. It rolls forward. Doherty again. He's gathering a couple of disposals in the second term. Walsh held without it. And he gives away the free.
Oh, fair. They just got to keep it calm a bit for Collingwood. They're just trying to be a bit too cute.
Whoever turns this game into more of a wet weather game at the moment, I think will take a huge advantage on the scoreboard. Yeah. So Hollands goes to the kick across his body a little, taking it off the line. Pendlebury drops the mark. Dacos ran into Curnow. Motlop in and under, did it well. Young tried to get a handball away. Kemp tried to get it away as well. Quaynor did well to block it. And now Howe holds him up. Carlton just one clean disposal away from kicking a goal there. Just a fumble after a fumble after a fumble.
Yeah, they haven't adjusted to it just yet with the wet weather.
Yeah, neither team really has. Curnow up against Cripps in the ruck. Cameron up against Cripps in the ruck, sorry. Moya tackled by Quaynor, taken out of bounds.
It's probably a good result for Carlton. Like, it was so close to goal that they needed to go and spread it a bit.
Yeah, we'll bring it back into more of the corridor. So umpire just ready to throw this one back into play. So De Koning takes the front spot, couldn't take it. Lord, handball back. Walsh trying to find the free man. Doherty's racking him up in this second term. Gave it to Hewitt, who's immediately wrapped up, got a hands free somehow. Walsh went to handball, then got tackled by McQuarrie and taken over the boundary line. Oh, and he's been rewarded.
Ooh,
I think it was a free kick, but I mean, the amount of times they just say, oh, it's gone over the boundary line, throw it in.
Yeah, I thought he was safe enough to be out then. But
yeah.
I do like being paid that, because that's pretty much where he was going anyway.
So McQuarrie sends it up the wing, and Wiedering again able to fist that one out of bounds. He had a good start, Jacob Wiedering, tonight.
Yeah, it seems like at the moment they...
So Lockie Cowan is out with a hamstring injury. Moya has made his way onto the ground, as we've mentioned. De Koning tapped it to his own advantage. I think that was just for a statistic there. And then side bottom off the deck. Good 40-metre soccer. Wiedering again. Gathered it nicely. McGovern's kick over the top, literally to grass. Turned it over. Side bottom. Spiked it forward. Did it well. And now Membry off to Schultz. Better get shut down. Silvani, great tackle, but Collingwood work it out. Perryman handballing forward to Membry. Who's going to get there? Wiedering again.
I think he's been best on ground at the moment, Wiedering.
Yeah, he's done well so far.
It seems like at the moment, if Collingwood just keep bombing it long, he's going to have a field day, and Carlton will have a better chance of winning this game.
Both players didn't really want to go down and grab it. Cameron with the tap. Schultz wrapped up immediately. Haynes on the up to Akers. He sends it up the wing. Frampton has the front spot. Knew he had a player in support. That was Maynard. He sends it back towards the 50 once again. Walsh went back with the fly. Couldn't mark Schultz. Inside to Perryman. Missed the give. Has a lot of time though. To Pendlebury. De Goey was free. So was Lipinski. He eventually gives it off. Part of the seas. Lipinski sends it towards goal and just kicks it out to the right. A little bit too easy there for Lipinski. Just stepped through a bit of traffic and almost kicked the goal.
I think that just the late pressure there just helped that
go wayward a bit.
Yeah.
So neither side able to kick a goal in this early stages. Holland sends it long. Did well there, Young, to bring it to the ground. Fogarty, Walsh, McGovern. Straight through the middle. Good smother coming from the Collingwood player, but the Carlton able to recover. McGovern, free kick's been ripped out here. It's going to go to Fogarty, so it's the umpire off the ball, so it has to come back. Carlton want to go quickly, though. Sends it wide. Good kick. They work it to Doherty. He keeps on racking them up. He would have had 5 or 6 in this second term already. Hewitt doesn't have a lot of options here. This will be interesting to see what the Blues want to do. He sends it high and long. The Carlton trademark. Long ball and fisted towards the boundary line. And Quaynor takes it out. They can't do that, Carlton. They have to find a lead up. By the way, someone has to lead up at him too, though.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. That they can't just rely on Curnow to get him there and
in these conditions,
lead or do anything. They can just use the grubber ball. They did well in the first quarter.
De Koning with a tap straight to Maynard, clearing outside the defensive 50. Skids across the wet ground. Elliott up against Williams. Who's going to win out? Elliott did it well. Williams did better. Gathered it, looking for an option on the wing, high up and under ball. Collingwood have numbers. They didn't really talk it out, but Cameron's fist went straight to Lipinski, looking for the 1-2. Dacos was held without it. Oh no, it's a throw. Ooh, big call from the umpire.
He was right there, so I knew to say he should have known. You'd think it would be right.
So Doherty has the footy, goes short to Chera. What's Chera going to do? He sends a low ball towards the top of the goal square. De Koning's there. Cameron's too good.
He was in the square there, Tom De Koning, but no one took Cameron. That's the thing.
Quaynor low ball down the wing. Schultz good mark.
That's not 50.
Is that 50?
No.
It is 50.
You're joking.
You'd have to see the replay. Maybe he did pull out and grab for his feet, but I just poked myself with the fucking hand. With a fucking piece of fucking...
That seems a little bit...
Anyway, Schultz sends it towards the 50, looking for the 1-on-2 as De Goey. Couldn't mark, fisted to ground. Who's going to get there? Myercheck kept it in. Bouncing ball, still Wiedering, gathered it, went for the breaking tackle, and he's taken out of bounds. Got a bit lucky there. If he dropped that footy, he would have been gone. But like you said, he's been best on ground so far, Jacob Wiedering.
Yeah.
Leading from the front in that back 50.
I think he had to. He's had a down start to the season like most of them. But but an All-Australian defender like him needs to perform.
Yeah, they need their big players to stand up tonight. So they'll be coming back in. So Walsh up against Pendlebury here. Walsh has had a good start to this game. So has Pendlebury as well. Just keeps on keeping on. You think he'll beat the game's record holder and Brent Harvey on games? I think he probably will at this rate.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. You can't really write him off.
Koning takes it out of the ruck, threw it away. Somehow Chera almost got wrapped up, got the handball away. Good turn. Hewitt, low handball to Walsh, over the top. Look away handball. Perryman spins, try to get a kick away, but Carlton have numbers. Cut off well.
Even McGovern, he's done well, especially in this quarter. That's not a good kick.
Akers to Haynes. Now Silvani. A little bit of a slow approach trying to get out of the defensive 50. Doherty has it. Right on the back flank. Oh, fucking Haynes. He's had a shaky start to his career at Carlton, I will say that.
He sat on his ass.
He's lucky he marked it. Long ball looking for Lord. Kerno was there as well. Both of them went to ground. McGovern took the ball, took the contact. Elliott drags him down. They had numbers there, the Blues. They just had to work that out. So 12 minutes still to play in this second quarter. Neither team have kicked the goal yet. Still seem like both teams are trying to accustom to the conditions. Sidebottom try to get the kick away, just hit the turf. So Sidebottom decides to handball it forward to space. Who's going to get there? Haynes did well, kept his feet. Looking for the handball to Lord, over the top, too quick. Dacos, handballing forward, missed his teammate, missed everyone, and now Side can run away. First touch of the second term, a tumble punt. Frampton couldn't mark. Did well. He's doing okay. Ball spills out somehow. Who's going to get there first? Kemp wraps up Houston. Little soccer off the ground from Cripps. Maynard to Dacos. Frampton. And he'll want to clear. Turn it over. So Chera, he'll want to drive it back inside. Looking for an option. And too much for Cripps. Moya couldn't gather the sliding ball. And it trickles out of bounds.
Yeah, it seems like Collingwood haven't really... Still either team, to be honest, hasn't really adjusted to the wet weather yet.
Yeah.
It's been pretty much this whole quarter, really. So,
yeah, no, I think it's because it stopped raining. Really, they don't really know if they should be playing wet weather footy or not. Young with it, Sap. Lipinski couldn't gather. Walsh in between his legs, wrapped up by two pies. Make it 3. Ball up. So back in the ruck again. 2 reserve ruckman did it well. Straight to Fogarty, all on his own at stoppage. High up and under ball. Moyer's there. Chucked a boot at it. Crisp. Got a kick, all is smothered. Chera wrapped up by Maynard. Ball spills out again. Lipinski wrapped up by Walsh. Dug it out there was Maynard as always. Did well Houston to feed it out towards Pendlebury. Cripps couldn't get it. Now Moyer socketed it off the turf. Across the face. Skids out of bounds. So neither team have actually kicked a goal, like I mentioned. Only one behind. That was to Collingwood. Would have been in the early stages of the quarter too. It's been a real grind in this second term. Who's going to get on the fly here for the Blues? Cameron with the tap. Moyer was there. Maynard on the up to Crisp. Gives it off to Josh Dacos. And now Collingwood can repel with the young star. Dacos sends it up the wing. 2-on-1 here. Collingwood numbers. McStay takes a good mark. He wants to go. Has not many options up forward. Holds it up momentarily. Now sends it to Myercheck. Good work from Silvani. Runs out towards the gully. He's going to get on his move. He breaks past 2 tacklers. 3, 4. He can't do it. Great work from the Blues. Scrambling defence. Zach Williams moves to the back half tonight. Looks like he's back at home.
He tried to do it all there.
I mean, he kind of had to. There was no options anywhere for him. I mean, he had kind of Myercheck, but he had to handle that through.
It was about it was a 6-on-2 contest. Like there was just, it was more than the fact is if he did it, it would be a brilliant goal.
Oh, Carlton playing with danger. Williams wrapped up by Nick Dacos.
Gone.
Ball up.
Ooh.
A little bit more push and shove.
That should have been holding the ball. That should have just been like, even though that.
I mean, maybe it's just team holding the ball, really.
That's what I mean. Like, that was just pathetic. Like, it's wet weather. Just don't handball it like that.
Lord got it out somehow. Hollands went to ground. Doherty tried to throw a boot at it to clear it, but to go, he did well. Walsh handled it to the back of the head of White. Bobby Hill looking for a high, and he got it. So Bobby Hill had a blistering start to the game without hitting the scoreboard, but now he can get his first.
I don't
like the look of it, to be honest. I don't like when players lead with their shoulder. I mean, does Jack Ginnivan get that free kick? I don't know. Depends.
Exactly, yeah.
So Bobby Hill, an opportunity to get the first goal of the second term. It's been a grinding sort of game in this second term, in the second quarter. But right now, Bobby Hill about to put a little shine on it. From outside 50, runs a bit of an arc. He's hooked it across the face, and he's lucky to score a behind.
It didn't seem like he had the distance, and that he took the arc to try and get a bit more momentum in it. But and that's what
for the hook across the face. So Elliott currently getting his back of his shoulder or his neck checked out.
Bit of a massage.
Bit of a massage as well, yeah.
Look
at his kick! Oh, it has to be centimetre perfect, and is to Williams. Now Sard worked it short to Hollands. They've got a number here, just missed it. So they work it up slowly. Chera out wide. So White has the footy. Massive occasion for the debutant. Had a decent first quarter. The kick up the wing. Too wide for Kemp.
Yeah.
Brody Kemp's trying to fool the umpire into believing he marked that. But anyway. So Dan Houston will take it.
I think Carlton at the moment, the player that he's only had, I think, maybe 2, maybe 3 touches so far this quarter is Adam Sard. He was amazing the first quarter, but he just hasn't got into it yet in this quarter.
Now Lipinski takes the mark. Forward side of the wing, outer side.
And you think with the way the game's been played, should be played at wet weather footy, he'd be able to get into it.
Low ball inside the forward 50 to Mychek. Great kick.
The leading lane was there. He just struggled into it.
Dan Houston was there. But you're right, that leading lane was just there. That little 5 metres of pocket of space there. Not much Haynes could have done about that. It's when he's looking for his teammates in front of him to just give him.
You want someone to it was a small hole when Mychek found it.
So Brody Mychek to finally get the first goal of the second term. He's kicked it across the face. It's not going to get there, but Young happy to make it a certainty. And scores are square.
Is it?
I mean, I think you said it last week in the Essendon game for a bit, and I was like, oh, I don't think so. So Sardin short to Walsh. Just goes a little bit wide here, finds Silvani right on the defensive 50 line. He's looking corridor, the kick's got to be good, and it is. Teixeira opens up the whole field. Doesn't really have a lot of options though. So he just goes laterally to Sard. So they're just working this up slowly at Carlton. One thing they did in the first quarter that I liked was the speed on the football. The kick's got to be good. It may work out. To White who fumbled, almost gathered it. Houston, a little bit of experience shown there. Maynard wrapped up, ball in a phone booth, and eventually called for a ball up.
Yeah.
Collingwood being the better team in the second term, but haven't been able to put it on the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
DeConing just shoves Cameron aside. He's done that a few times tonight. Motlop trying to get it forward. Dacos and Motlop gather the footy together, and it's another stoppage. So 6 minutes still to go in the second term. Right now, it's on an even keel. Cameron tap. Again, it's going to be called by the umpire.
Who do you think's won that battle so far in the ruck?
I think DeConing's done pretty well, but Cameron has been able to get back and help his defenders with a couple of intercept marks.
I think I'd say it's about even at the moment.
Sheriff sends it long. Howe got a tap onto it. It runs out the back. Who's going to get there first? Fogarty about to get into his move. He got tripped.
That's a trip.
Play on, says the umpire. Brady Kemp, crucial chance, blows his line. Out of bounds on the full.
That should have been if the umpire didn't call for that, they call that a free. That's surprising because he took him out. He took Fogarty out. Did Houston?
Took his leg, yeah. So Braden Maynard has the footy in the back pocket. He's going to send it up the wing. Looking for Cameron, I believe. It gets out back of him. And now Bobby Hill, off he goes. Breaks past to Koning. Leaves him in his wake. Handball over the top to Membry. He'll send a high ball. 2-on-2. Who's going to fly? McStay couldn't mark. Haynes did it well. And now Williams. Short ball. He's looking for the run and gun. Wasn't a good kick to Lord. Pendlebury immediately on him. Hewitt got it out somehow. Silvani trying to feed it back to Hollands. Missed him. Membry. Quick handball back to Lipinski. Little ball across his body. Silvani's there. Ooh. Took him out. Oh, wait. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He was...
McStay gets the free.
He did everything he could there, Silvani, but he did whack him straight in the face. It was definitely a free kick. He did everything right there, Silvani, besides...
Yeah. Despite it's a little hit across the ear. There's not much else he could have done.
No.
So Dan McStay has the footy.
He's only been a good, reliable kick at goal, McStay. They need a settler.
Only had the 3 touches so far. They've been the dominant side in the second quarter, but need a goal to show for it. And another behind. They've kicked 5 behinds in the second term, the Pies, I believe. No, 4 behinds, I think it is. Well, they take the lead. Williams, spiral ball outside the defensive 50. It's going to be coming back. Howe takes it. I think you'd try to kick the skin off of it. And
yeah, it seems like an extra 1 to 20 more metres on it.
Long kick, Haynes couldn't mark. Dacos trying to find some space, but Hewitt isn't letting him have it any time tonight.
Interesting battle with Nick Dacos at the moment. He's trying to get into it. He's done a few nice things. I think
Hewitt's had the better, but I do believe, I think Dacos has done a few good things. So from the throw in, neither could get there. The ruckman, now Williams, bouncing ball outside the area. Fogarty got a hard hit from Houston. Quaynor taps to his own advantage. I don't even think he knew what he was doing with it. Now side bottom, runs back against the grain. Good kick inside, finds Tagawi. He's got Howe on a handball, decides to just hold it up. Are they going to try and do something here, Collingwood? Because it's been high and long. This has been the kick, really, when they've been going inside their forward 50. But finds some space. Gliding in front. Myercheck.
He does. He come and throw the Cody to the ground.
Well, the kick so far tonight from both sides around that 70, 80 metre arc is just high and long. This one was pretty similar. Was a little bit lower, though, which gave an opportunity for a player to just glide in front of the pack. And it's a good mark from Myercheck.
He didn't... Yeah, I don't know what Haynes is... He was ball watching it a bit, I think.
So Brody Myercheck, a chance for Collingwood to finally get their first goal of the second term. Oh, he's smashed it into the post.
Oh, wow.
Collingwood just can't buy a goal. So Fogarty's coming off the ground here after that Dan Houston hit. We've seen a couple of instances this year that if a concussion happens, it can be looked at by the MRO despite any sort of contact.
Yeah.
So it may have to be looked at. Lord, nice little ball lead up there to McGovern. Works the kick inside. Umpire almost in the way, but Williams did well. Gives off the handball. Carlton looking to try and add some speed to this push forward. Akers did well. DeChera low dart inside 50. Gives off the handball to George Hewitt to get one up on Nick Dacos. He says, tap that one. Shove that up, ya. Big goal there for the Blues. They get one in reply.
It was the first time all quarter that they started to run and go. Run and gun. That's all they needed to do. It worked in the first quarter and it's worked in that passage of play. And that's brilliant work by Carlton.
Well, I'd be asking where's Nick Dacos in this situation because George Hewitt had a free runner goal here. I wouldn't like the look of this if I'm Nick Dacos. I don't know where he is, but I mean maybe it's the goalie on him here, but there's no one next to him in that run forward.
Yeah, there's no respect really by anybody there, but on him.
Good finish from Hewitt.
Let's see from the back here.
That probably wins the matchup in this first half.
No, yeah, no. I don't think even he's on. Yeah,
I don't even know any Dacos is. That's not really necessarily him,
but no one picked it. But no one picked him up there. That he just ran down the full in the midfield. Then
showed no respect. So back in the middle we go. Carlton break out to a 4-point lead. Ball bouncing around. Boot was thrown at it. Runs the Collingwood way. DeGoey ducked the head. Got the ball out. Now Hill. Doherty blocked him from getting it. Pendlebury good tackle. 2 minutes 24 on the clock in this first half. So this is the Dan Houston hit here.
No, that's Weeks. He actually turned and looked. Oh, no, it's Weeks.
I'll say he braced for impact, but the way it looks, he's going to get Weeks.
That's 2 to 3. It's not as bad as his hit to Rankin last year, but it's
not a good look.
No, not a good look.
Side bottom, tried to do a little spin, did well, broke one tackle. Not the second one, no.
It's got to be, yeah.
Well done there from Sam Walsh. And after Collingwood's dominance, Carlton could threaten to take a 10-point lead going into half-time. Walsh's kick goes out wide to Akers. He gathers it in the end. He's got a few options forward. He works it short. Holding it up here, Lewis Young. Just under 2 minutes to go. What's he want to do? He's going to send it towards the pocket. Frampton in the front spot. Not a good kick at all.
No, it was never to a forward's advantage then. That's not good enough, really.
Moyer had no run at that.
It wasn't, yeah.
It's been Carlton's issue for a very long time. High ball from Frampton out to the outer wing. Young went back, almost marked it. Hewitt couldn't get it out of there. Dacos. Some Aspils to side bottom. Long handball to Myercheck. Long eventually to find McQuarrie and seen out of bounds by Wiedering. So we're saying Wiedering's probably the best player on the ground in the first half. I'd probably say he's up there.
Yeah, I'd say so. Tom, yeah. It's alright to say who the second best is at the moment, but I think Wiedering's been able to be the general back there. And they've get them to 25 points, let's be honest.
I mean, Collingwood have really helped out that sort of play, but anyway. High ball from Cripps, looking for Motlop, didn't give a contest. Quaynor cuts it. Back towards Houston on the bounce. He can drive it through the middle of the ground. He's been doing it his whole career. It's a nice looking ball on a dime to DeGoey. He gives it off to Pendlebury. Always has time. Kicks it towards the 50. Too much for McQuarrie. Wiedering read it well. Quick give off to Akers, who's been good. And he sends it up the wing. On the bounce. Carlton have numbers here. Can they gather it? Can they work it out? Hewitt did well, Lord. Goes towards the 50. Kerno there. Frampton read it. Got a fist to it. And now Collingwood go on the rebound for maybe a late reply. DeGoey, low ball inside towards Myercheck. Good spoil there from McGovern. Sard tried to soccer it off the ground, left the ball behind. Schultz, great work from Sard to get back to it. Schultz got a kick away. Smothered. Carlton trying to get it out of there. Williams, 24 seconds. They've got a chance. Hewitt, wide ball. Trying to mark it there was Walsh. Was manhandled by Quaynor. Gives it off to the ruckman in the Koning. Don't really know about him with the running gun, and that's why. He almost dropped it. Walsh gathered it. Looking for an option. Sends it low. Numbers here with Collingwood. Dan Houston has it. Long handball. I think everyone just wants to get half time at this point. Side bottom. They're away here, but the siren's going to sound. Watch an interesting first half from either side. Carlton go into the main break with the only goal of the second term in front by 4 points. At the main break, Collingwood 3-7-25 to Carlton 4-5-29. All right, guys, we're back in about 20 minutes for the second half.
G'day guys, welcome back to a new episode of the Boundary Riders podcast, episode 107. Of course, a lot to talk about today with the conclusion of round 3 coming into round 4. Of course, we'll be getting to our preview to the new round coming up, the review of the AFL fantasy, a big feud between a couple of people in the AFL community, Kane Corns and Tommy Sheridan, and a bunch of AFL news to cover. So let's not waste any more of your time. Let's roll the intro and get straight into it. Welcome to the Boundary Riders podcast, your one-stop shop for all your AFL content needs.
He looks at his options, and Jack Ginnivan says, boys, you brought me to the club to do justice!
But this guy has flog written all over him.
From attack down, Reed sprints away from Petrarca, leaves him in his wake, takes a second bounce, takes a third. The sheer arrogance of Harley Reid. Finish the job, young man!
So let's get into the footy news from the week that was. So guys, brother is with me today. He's got a couple of weeks off of work, so he thought he'd grace himself with his presence.
Yeah, I thought it was about time.
Thought it was about time, yeah. Probably should have taken the week off, considering Port Adelaide lost to Essendon on the weekend.
Yeah, I don't really want to leave the house and be embarrassed in this state.
Yeah, I mean, look, at least you don't have blue hair, but at the end of the day, at least, I don't know what's worse.
I'm not going to make any more, and I wouldn't make any outlandish bets at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the moment, Port Adelaide, I mean, probably aren't really playing like a finals team.
Oh, like I said at the start of the year, we weren't making finals.
Do you think there's a chance that maybe they can get on a bit of a roll? Or do you think this is
There's
kind
a
of
good
year?
chance because under Ken Hinkley, Port Adelaide have been able to do that, but he's gone anyway. We've all.
I mean,
Like,
he's
he's
going to
gone.
Josh Carr's coming.
Yeah. So, like, what do the poor players really have to play for?
Yeah, I mean, for next year, I guess, or maybe a bit of a contract, but other than that, not a lot. So I think we'll see what. I think. Do you think he lasts the year, Ken Hinkley?
Yes.
You think he will? You think they're not going to back out of that?
No.
Little-
Not our board. They won't.
Do you think he should go?
Yes,
before?
I think he should be gone now. I think there's no point of doing it. But you know, that's Port Adelaide for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be a bit hard if they didn't say that at the start of the year that they wouldn't do that. I think he probably would be going pretty soon, but who knows? I mean, I think he's been. Did you see over the week as well? Carlton, there was something in Melbourne. Someone graffitied on the road, sack Voss or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we have to do with most weeks here for Port
Every
Adelaide.
time Port lose, there's always something over at Albion.
Yeah, someone's graffitied a sign that says Sack Hinkley and all that sort of stuff. I think that's probably a bit too far, I would say. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe that was you. Definitely not. Anyway, let's cover a couple of news topics quickly. On the injury front, good news for Xavier Lindsay. This thought to be maybe a serious knee injury. He does seem that it was So it was thought that it could be a big injury. However, it says the instant is showing that it's a sprain to his medial ligament. So Xavier Lindsay looks like he'll be at least out for 1 week, maybe 2. But considering it could have been a whole season injury, that is good news for him. So AFL fantasy-wise as well, I wouldn't be trading him out at the moment.
No, I think you got enough to hold him for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
'Cause I think, to be honest, I think they will give him 2 weeks. Because it did look pretty serious when he did it. You don't really want to rush him back when he's such a young player.
True, but he is one of their more up-and-coming players.
Well,
so-
if you're relying on Xavier Lindsay to win you a game for Melbourne, that's pretty embarrassing from every single
you can't
midfielder in that team.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really rely on the 3 they've got at the moment. So we'll see what happens. I think you're probably right that he'll be out for a couple of weeks, but we'll just have to wait and see. On Adelaide, Josh Rochelli is expected to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks after suffering 3 fractured ribs against North Melbourne. Jesus Christ, I didn't know it was that serious, but yeah, a bit hard done by there. He's had a good start to the season, Josh Rochelli, so hopefully he's back pretty soon, but yeah, it's going to miss at least a month or so. Zach Williams, it is confirmed that he has avoided any serious injury to his Achilles. His availability for round 4 will be determined in the coming days. So, I mean, he's had a lot of injuries in his career though. So I think they probably will take the cautious approach, but at least it's not too serious because Achilles injuries can season
They can be
enders.
season-ending, so yeah.
Luckily.
I think they would probably... You'd think they'd be on the cautious side and give him the week off.
Yeah. I mean, who have they got this week? They've got Collingwood, so, I mean, fucking...
Well, they need a win, so if they want to play him, they might have to, but...
I mean, Zach Williams a game changer.
I think it depends on if Harry Mackay comes back. I think that's what's going to... That could change their decision of it.
Yeah, I mean, their forward mix. I think Zach Williams has been, a better player up forward for them. I mean, they don't really need him at halfback at this stage,
No.
but... Yeah, I mean, their forward line's decimated. It's just a joke at anyway. Carlton, they can't... Well, it's not really their forward line. It's the fact that when they go in, they just don't use it well. And then they've got no small forwards. They've got no small forward is putting on enough pressure. And just bombing high and long is not going to work.
Now, it looks pretty good that Matt Owies was somewhere on their list last year, right?
Well, the problem is, I mean, I understand that. I'm actually researching a video to do about Carlton in the coming weeks or so about how they've got so many high end players or whatever, but they don't have much depth. Well, not depth, but role players, so to speak. And Matt Owies would be a great option, but the thing is, he wanted more money in his contract. They can't give it to him because they just don't have enough room to give it to him. So I think he probably wanted to stay, but the club literally couldn't afford to keep him because he wanted more money, which is fair enough. I mean, he's a decent forward who's kicked 30 goals last year, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you're right. They had that player on their list as someone who can continue to kick goals for them as a small, but to let him go for basic. Well, I mean, they got a good draft pick out of it, I guess, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you'd still want him on your list if you're Carlton anyway. I'm sure they would right now.
Yeah.
A couple of injury concerns
Here at Essendon, massive story here. Tom Edwards looks like to have all but confirmed to have done an ACL at training today. Tragic news. If you don't know who Tom Edwards is, he's the guy who Essendon picked up as an SSP player. I think it was in February.
February.
He was teaching at school and then was playing as an SSP player for Essendon in their match sim against the Bulldogs. Kicked 4 goals, was a revelation. Got picked up by the Bombers. Had a couple of decent performances for them, but now at the main training session, looks like all but confirmed to be an ACL. It's really tough for him. So hopefully Essendon can keep him on their list if they can for another year, because maybe a prospect going forward. We'll have to wait and see. Then Jai Caldwell, seems that he has suffered a hamstring injury. It does seem the severity is up in the air at the moment for Caldwell. So he was one of their better performances in the first couple of weeks when they lost, and was pretty good last week against Port Adelaide. So no, it would be a massive loss for Essendon going into the next couple of weeks, couple of important games coming up. So see what happens there. On the more brighter news, it does seem the brother of Paddy McCartan and Tom McCartan is being watched by teams around the league. So according to Tom Morris, so take it with a bit of a grain of salt, Charlie McCartan could be getting an AFL gig in the mid-season draft. He's on Collingwood's radar with the injury to, who is it? Reef McGuinness. So they're looking at him. The Cats, Swans, and St Kilda are also tracking him at the moment. He is currently playing for Lorne in, I think this is the VAFA. He has played a few VFL games for Geelong as well. So this would be a great story. I mean, imagine if you were playing in the VFL or whatever in like the league below the AFL and they pick up some guy from the league below that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that'd be a great story. It
would,
always chase your dreams, keep on going. I mean, I could jump in. I mean, if it was all politics, really, but I mean, I could have been there. I was there around the mark. I would have been the number 1 goal kicker in the under 13s or whatever if you didn't take a bunch of them.
The stat sheet says otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, you kicked, 1 goal in your young career? This is all politics, guys, by the way. I mean, I could have been the next Tom Papley or something. Probably more about the
Charlie Cameron, Eddie Bettsart, yeah.
I got too much white line fever. I'd be screaming at other people like a fucking idiot. Anyway, and then the other news story here, Ryan Mansell was given 3 games for his push on Liam O'Connell. He is appealing that suspension, so you guys will have a better idea of what happens tonight. Oh, Michael Christian could have got 2 fucking Flog of the Week awards for fucking this. I agree that it should be suspendable, but the fucking consistency is just so fucking ridiculous.
That's the thing, is that I think it is a suspendable offence. I don't think it's... but once you give it the other 4 or 5 or 6 of them that have happened already this season, you can't change it mid-year. I don't think you can do that.
Well, it's not even mid-year, it's fucking a couple of weeks. What's it been, a month since the Lawler one happened at the start?
Yeah, it's been 6 weeks. I reckon it's been 6 weeks since that one happened.
Yeah.
That should have been weeks. And but
he broke his jaw, for fuck's sake.
He didn't... Yeah, he's got concussed. So, it's really...
I mean, I think that's what Richmond would be going there tonight saying at the tribunal, hey, our player got a fucking jaw broken. Why all of a sudden now are you giving a shit when before you didn't? So, like I said, I mean, I know a lot. I mean, we could probably cut that up and make it look real funny for a clip or something. Oh, fucking Michael Christian suspending someone. Oh, footy's gone fucking soft. As if you can't push people into contests anymore and get their head knocked in. But no, I mean, the fact is, he should be getting 3 matches for that, Mansell. It's not a good look at all to push someone into a contest. We'll get to that in a minute regarding a little bit of other information regarding injury. I don't think injury should really come into it when it comes to a suspension. I think it should be the act.
Yeah, it should be 100%. It should be the act.
Yeah. So that's why I think Mansell should be getting 3 games. If he did that and O'Connell got back up and he was okay, I still think he should be getting weeks for it. And then you look at the other one as well. What was it? Ben Hobbs got fined $1,000 for staging. Did you see this?
Yeah.
He fucking got tackled, slung into Rosie's knee, grabbed his head, and because he grabbed his head, they're trying to make it out to be that Hobbs was grabbing his head to try and draw a free kick for a sling tackle. But he hit his head on fucking Rosie's knee.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen if Essendon have challenged that, but if they haven't...
I don't think they will. I don't think they have.
No, I mean, I understand it's only like granted to an AFL player. That's not much at all. But come on. I mean, fuck me. That's so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
We've seen players staging, ducking, all this sort of bullshit. And they take it out on the player that got tackled, hit his head onto someone's knee, grabbed his head. No, you fucking.
No, he's faking it.
No, he's fucking faking it. As he fucking get up, you bitch. Fucking unbelievable. Oh, he's already got a nomination though. So I wonder if it may have to start being like the Boundary Riders votes. Like if you get accumulation of a nominees or whatever, or instead of like doing like nominees every single week, we just like, oh, you've done a fuckwit act, you get a vote.
Week on week,
or just acts that they do throughout the year. We just keep on giving them votes, and at the end of the year, maybe Michael Christian. I mean, at the moment he'd have 4 or 5 votes at this stage.
Oh, every single week, yeah.
He got it for the Jackson Archer one. So I mean, is that worse than this? I mean, the thing is, like the Jackson Archer one, ridiculous in itself, because Archer was running towards the ball, Cleary fumbled, and then just went to ground, and it was just unfortunate. And also, the player pushed him a little bit into it too. Not as severe as other ones, but I don't know, it was a bad act. But Jackson Archer couldn't have done anything about it. And then this one, it's just the consistency of it, which annoys me. And I think it annoys AFL fans as well. Like, I think so far this season has been pretty good. I don't think there's been any real issues. I mean, there's been a couple of like games where it's like, oh, the free kicks are fucking like shit.
One-sided, but yeah.
One-sided, but I think the season has started pretty well to me. I think it's been pretty entertaining football so far. But then there's these little things like the MRO making stupid decisions and the umpiring and this sort of stuff that just takes away from the game that's actually been good to watch. Like teams are playing attacking football. It's not slow, lethargic football. Like the teams that are playing slow and lethargic are the ones that are getting smashed. Like Melbourne, like Carlton. They're not playing. The free-flowing teams are the ones who are shining at the moment, which are the more exciting teams.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's good. But then you got all these stupid little acts like that from different AFL departments or whatever that are just taking away from the games itself. Anyway, maybe I'm just talking out my ass, but I think I strung a couple of decent words together there. Good on me. Maybe I should start a podcast. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this feud between Corns and Sheridan. So, if you don't know, everyone knows Kane Corns. Tommy Sheridan does run a podcast. I think it's called American Podcast.
It's American Ace, isn't it?
I don't know.
Or
it's
American
So American Aces. So I think we were kind of in the middle between both of them. But anyway, this is the new feud between them both. So Tommy Sheridan came out in his podcast with, I guess it's a claim from him. I'll try and play it here so you guys can hear it out. So this is the new feud between AFL creators, I guess we can call it.
Get real dirty on Kane Corns because he was a hack back in the day, boys. Yeah. He was a dirty tagger, and the train played in his second year, and I kicked 2 on him. I said, where's your defensive transition there, big boy? I'll show you the clip. Go back to round 22, 2013. The T-Train just rolled in, mate, little skinny bloke from Riddles Creek, and said, Kano, get goal side, or you'll just see what happens. And look at the scoreboard. I think we won by about 80. So
what happened? Did he chase you? Or?
No, he didn't chase me. He just got sucked into the contest.
Oh, no.
Terrible clip, to be honest. So we should get it up because it's horrific defence. And I've had enough. I've been sitting on it, but maybe he should just go back and have a look at his own highlights because he's a dirty, stinking tagger, and I don't think anyone would remember him if he wasn't in the media. He get real dirty on.
So look, that's obviously taken out of context a little bit. He's obviously he is trying to like play it up a bit. You can hear it in his voice, so that's fair enough. And the clip isn't really that against Kane Corns either, and also Corns was at the end of his career at this stage. I think it's a lot played up a bit. I think that's fair to say. Corns came back with an absolute haymaker, though, on the fucking response. You've heard his response. Fucking insane response. Where is it? Here it is.
So I just thought it was worthy of a response.
I thought so.
And I was just thinking to myself, when do you know life after football isn't going that well for you? Is it when you sort of put the person's name into Google and the first thing that comes up is drop mark in a final? And just for those that missed it, here's how that went down, and Bruce McAvaney at his absolute best.
Sheridan. Oh, Sheridan! What does Steve Waugh say to the South Africans?
Exactly right. Drop the World Cup to Herschel Gibbs. Well, Tommy Sheridan there. Just one of those moments he will relive over and over in his mind.
You bet you he will. Prelim final. A dropped mark that you can't drop.
So, It was
Wow.
it was a decent comeback. I'll give him that. I don't think it really warranted a response. I don't think it was like a big
Maybe
deal.
not as a brutal response as that.
I mean, he called him a park footballer, 83 gamer. I don't mind it. I don't mind the like jibing and jabbing or whatever. I do think it is pretty funny. A couple of weeks ago, I think it was, when Kane Corns got upset at St Kilda because they posted the renewal of Ollie Gill. He's the co-host on the podcast.
And the MC.
St Kilda. They made a funny post regarding that, and then Kane Corns got upset because, well, not upset, but just got like it was a bit narky about it because Ollie made a response with like a muscle suit on because of Kane Corns coming out and doing the shirtless comments on a Monday. I thought that was a bit of a wank. I didn't think that needed a response. I thought it was like a bit butthurt Kane for all that because I think it was just a joke, and he was like upset because St Kilda were like posting about him renewing his.
Yeah, it's not a big
And he's like, I bet your St Kilda fans like hated that because they thought it was going to be Wanganeen Miller re-signing or something. It's like, no, it's just they never said anything like that on their thing anyway. It's not like the Swans when Corey Warner re-signed and what was it, Tom Morris put C Warner re-signs with the Swans, and I was like, oh, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Just absolutely fucking with us. But anyway, I thought that was a bit of a wank. But this one I thought, I mean, I don't think it really needed a response. I think Tommy Sheridan is making you can hear it in his voice that he's making fun of it. And the reason why he's making those comments is because of Kane Corns coming at Harley Reid for the last few weeks of him playing poorly, basically.
Yeah.
And then Tommy Sheridan's coming at him for that. So, whatever. I think he was taking it as a lighthearted, and Kane Corns just came in with a fucking 1-2 punch to the face. But anyway, I thought it was quite funny. Kane Corns definitely won that feud anyway. He won that YouTube beef, so good on him, Kane Corns. He wins, I don't know, clout, I guess. He wins at mad clout. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get to our new segment on the show when you are here, Overreact or Fair Enough. So I've got a couple of statements that have been said over the week, or maybe a statement or two that I've thought have been an interesting topic to talk about. So first of all, I want to talk about the Suns, because they've had a really good start to their year. The statement that has been coming out a lot, though, is, can we finally trust the Suns? Is that an overreaction over their first couple of weeks, or do you think that's a fair enough call to make now?
I think it's a fair call because they're more mature now. They're more mature. This team's been coming up together. The players, like it's not just their midfield, it's the core of their team that I think is playing at their best at the moment. I think every line is playing at their best. Ben King's doing it up forward. You've got Jed Walter coming through now at the moment.
Ethan Reed's been good in the first couple of weeks.
Ethan Reed's coming through. Even their back line is starting to gel even more.
Yeah.
And I think you can give them a bit that you can trust them.
Alrighty, guys. So, second half is about to get underway. Players are starting to move back 2 positions. And we are set for a massive, massive third quarter. Carlton, this is when they've started to drop off in games. But can they finally respond? They sit in front at the main break. Thank you. So, can they do what they need to do here to get their first win of the season? Or will we see their 4th straight loss to start the year? Michael Voss down on the bench reading a book, it seems. Hopefully it's a coaching manual. Remember your mic's off.
I know.
So here we go. The third quarter is underway. So here we go. Sidebottom with the first clearance. Up and under towards centre half forward. Schultz! Took it with the one glove. Drags it down. And this could be the perfect start for Collingwood.
Well, Collingwood need to respond after that quarter. Kicking 5 behinds, and no goals. They haven't had the best. They wouldn't say that they had the best game so far.
So Lockie Schultz had a bit of up and down time since he's been at the Pies, but opportunity here to get their first goal of the second half. First goal since the opening term. So Schultz comes in. He kicked it across the face. I don't think it's going to score. In the pocket, no one could mark it. Membry picked it up off the turf. Got a kick back into the danger zone. Cripps couldn't gather it. Akers fumbled. Cripps again couldn't gather it. Now Wiedering wrapped up by McStay. Ball up. Jesus, 1 hour for half time these days. I think it was only 20 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 20 minutes.
So in the pocket, Collingwood, early stages, third term, opportunity to get a goal. Cameron with the tap straight to Akers, got a handball away to a dangerous area. Side bottom in the pocket, kicks it across the face, looking for an option. It was Membry, gets past him, almost outside the forward 50 now. Lipinski couldn't gather the bouncing ball. Motlop socketed it off the ground. Dacos couldn't gather. Lipinski keeps it in front of him. Motlop did well. Forced it out of bounds.
Really nice by Motlop there. Just had to keep the ball in front of him, and yeah, he was the only Carlton player around, so he did really well there.
Just to get that ball out of bounds, just keep it in their area, keep it away from the Collingwood dangerous users. So out of side, opening minutes of the second half. Cameron tapped out the back, got a push in the back as well. De Koning's given away the free. De Koning not impressed, thought his arm was held, but Cameron more than happy to take the free. It's been, I think, 50-50 that battle in the ruck. I think both of them have had their moments.
Yeah, definitely.
So sends it high, very wide, and Schultz out of bounds on the fall. How high did you have that?
I put it lower.
That's high. Yeah, put it about there. Sorry, it's just so I can hear it in my headphones. I don't know why. So Doherty has the footy. So he's looking across, looking for an option.
Oh, that's a
then
good
a little
kick.
kick. Oh, the kick was okay, but
McGovern didn't really
McGovern fluffed his line. Now side bottom on the up to Dacos, wrapped up, then taken to the ground. Hewitt's had his measure.
Could have slammed him.
Hewitt's had his measure.
You kind of wanted to see if he did. Not really.
Yeah. The rain started to pour. Cameron with the tap, spiked it forward. Haynes tried to get a kick clear, then tackled hard into the back from Dacos. Not called by the umpire. So it's going to be hard to find some space now with the rain pouring. Ooh. Dacos wrapped up by Hewitt, let the ball go. Umpire not looking to pay the free, and again it's a ball up.
A free to either team then. He was held, but then he threw it away. Maybe it's just the fact is that, yeah.
The umpire's like, oh, we're leaving it up then. Neither Ruckman could get it to Koning. Didn't get a high one, then held without it. And Schultz rewarded with the free.
Yeah. Pretty much the same.
So looking at the free kick again here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he handballed it into the arm of Schultz.
Like, by the time he's actually tackled them, the ball's out.
He gives it out the back to Dan Houston from a long way out. He's missed. Another behind for Collingwood. They've kicked 6 straight behind since their last goal, which was in the first quarter. Not the 15 here to Silvani, so he has to go quickly. Sends a low 30-metre ball towards a teammate, but he gets sport out of bounds.
Yeah, Collingwood's lucky, yes, they've missed 6 shots in a row, but they're only down by 3. So it's been played.
It's been definitely their more dominant team. But
yeah.
I think that Carlton, if they can get it forward here, put a couple of goals in front, it's going to be hard to catch back.
Yeah, with this weather at the moment as well.
Perryman couldn't gather it. Side bottom, tapped it towards Dacos. Handball inside to Perryman. Straight onto the boot. High ball inside the forward 50. Going back with the flight was Schultz. Haynes gets it towards the out of bounds. Socketed back into play there from side bottom, but only finds the hands of Sard, who sends it long and wide and out on the full.
Yeah, I think if I'm Carlton, when I get the ball next, I'm switching it to the other side. They need to open up the ground.
So now long ball here for Collingwood. High ball for Elliott. Unopposed. Dropped the sit. It was too easy for him. Handball inside of the goalie. He should finish. He's all class. And he's got it. Finally, the goalie breaks Collingwood's drought of goals early in the second half. They're in front.
Yeah, what else can you expect from such a class player?
Well, it's about time. They've been peppering at the goal for a quarter and a half.
Yeah, and it's still the same problems again with Carlton in the second half. I know it's only just started, but then they just haven't looked any good so far in this.
I don't know what happened to Haynes. Looked like his feet were cemented into the ground then. Didn't move at all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. They'll ball watch. That's the reality of it.
I'd like to see what happened to Haynes there. He completely just stopped. He was stun-locked. So the goalie kicks the goal. Collingwood first goal of the second half. This is when Carlton have capitulated in games this year. They need to hold strong. That's to go his second of the game, by the way. Tap down from Cameron straight to Dacos. He feigned one way, just broke through, parted the seas, gave a handball over the top, bouncing towards Pendlebury, trying to get a ball away. Did well, did enough, got it to Schultz. He's just too good, Scotty Pendlebury. 400 plus games. He can just keep on going. I mean, he could be the first one to 450.
That just the two class players in Nick Dacos and Scotty Pendlebury.
So Lockie Schultz. He's had a few chances, hasn't been able to nail one tonight, but now that looks pretty good. Collingwood strike 2 in a minute. Can Carlton respond?
Yeah, they had so many opportunities. Collingwood, it was only a matter of time before they started actually kicking in the middle. Kicking in the middle. So...
So Collingwood have won the last 6 clearances. They are dominating in there at the moment. You need a lift from Cripps, Walsh. They've been good tonight, but they need to be great in this next couple of minutes, or else this game could get out of hand. From the bounce to Koning with the tap. Cripps trying to answer for his side. Socketed off the turf. Skidding. Only stopped by Houston. Got it back on the boot towards the wing on the bounce. Who's going to get there? Dacos up against Sard. Sard socketed off the ground. Got a bit lucky. Landed in the hands of Doherty.
They just need to possess the ball here, Carlton, for a bit.
Doherty goes with a good 40-metre ball to the lead here of White. I think it's his first touch since the opening term.
There's just a lot of people in their forward line.
Yeah, Collingwood starting to flood the back line. So White sends it long towards the pocket, looking for a flyer. Moyer's there, had hands on it. Should have probably done a bit better. Handballed away there from Maynard. Crisp, Moore. Quaynor decided to tap it back into play. A bit of an interesting call from him. Now White wraps him up and Quaynor kind of gets away with that.
Yeah.
Don't know what he was thinking. He should have just left it in. He should have just either taken it out or just, I don't know what he was thinking there. He got very lucky. It's Koning tap. Spiked out of bounds. Friday Koning. That can be deliberate. Oh, it probably should have been if I'm being honest. But anyway. So back in the ruck to Koning with the tap. Lord couldn't grab it cleanly. Dacos, great clean grab. Gives it off to his brother in Josh. The hooking ball back into the centre. Wasn't the greatest. And now Sard will hoof it back inside to a 2-on-1 for Curnow. Moore dropped to sitter. Curnow looking dangerous. He's about to get away. Got a handball. Gone. Great work from side bottom. And now Collingwood can repel off their defensive 50. Not only that, they can run away with it. Long handball. Doherty just sent Dacos to the turf. And now sends it back inside the forward 50. Mac with the flight is Cameron. He's been doing this well tonight. Well, Doherty taking him out then. I mean, it's okay to do that, but I mean, he left the ball behind. And, probably should have done better with the kick, but anyway.
But it was nice there by Adam Sutton. He took the ball and he started running, but he do it too quickly. He just bombed it long.
Yeah, it's been his problem for a long time. He's always been a high bomb long sort of player. When I think he needs to just lower his eyes.
Yeah, he just.
You think of a player like him who similar like Nick Blakey or whatever, but Nick Blakey can just kick it off that line every now and then.
Oh, good mark.
Good mark there from Myercheck. Up against Silvani, hot on his hammer, but just strong hands. They lead by 9 points. If Collingwood get another one here, it's going to be tough for the Blues. Just sends it. Good 20-metre ball forward here to Crisp. Just ready for the setup ball. Crisp always a good decision maker.
Cameron into Koning getting in the hole here.
Well, Cameron's been good tonight in the defensive half going back. Can he take a mark here? Drifting in front was Membry, couldn't get there. Great little read. Good tackle there from Silvani. Now Hill wrapped up. Ball up. Silvani, he's been good. So back in the ruck, Cameron tap. Akers got rid of it only just. Dacos didn't tackle Williams. Hill was there. Runs it out. Just a bit dangerous, it looks like, at the moment. Collingwood have kicked 2 goals from forward stoppages tonight.
Yeah, if I'm Hewitt, I'm really keeping an eye on Nick Dacos here. He just seems to be getting into this game a bit too much in this quarter.
So throws it back in. Cameron to Koning. Cameron with the tap. Straight to Hewitt and now cleared by Williams. High up and under ball on the wing. Who's going to go? Maynard had a hand on it, couldn't mark. White just holds it up momentarily. Then the kick inside wasn't good. Turned over to Darcy
50.
Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kemp just cut off that man on the mark there. Little bit unlucky, but you knew it was going to be paid.
Could the captain...
Don't know when the last time Darcy Moore kicked the goal. Did start at the Pies as a forward before being taken back. So Darcy Moore.
Going to kick this from 50.
Yeah, he's going to kick this from just outside the forward 50, you'd imagine. Captain of the biggest club in the country. Can Darcy Moore kick his team further in front? He kicks it long. He's hooked it across to the left, and that's not going to work its way back.
He got positions really well, so... Yeah. It's been a while since he's been there, like we said.
So it's 10 points for margin.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
McGovern almost fell over there. Oh, the kick's not paid the 15, so he had to get rid of it quickly, Williams. McGovern did well to break away. Kick forward. It's not a very good kick, though. Doherty couldn't get it, and Collingwood sweat on the pressure. Pendlebury, handball forward to Dacos. He sends it inside the forward 50 towards Membry. On the bounce, he read it well. Gets away from his opponent, snaps it towards goal, and gets it through. He's been quiet all night, Tim Membry, but he joins the show.
It's just not the right moment there from McGovern to cut back when he... Yeah.
He did the right thing. He got away from the pressure, but then he just put his team under all sorts of pressure with a short kick.
Yeah.
Had to just get rid of it, get out of the danger area. But he just turned it over, and Collingwood, they're too good. They're just going to break through this little bit of pressure from Carlton, which was non-existent, really. And the memory's going to finish that.
Yeah, and again, Pendlebury to Nick Dacos, like, that's the best duo.
Going inside their forward 50, just too easy. And right now, Carlton, it could be almost too much if they kick another one of the Pies.
And the crowd's getting into it now, which is what you don't want if you're a Carlton supporter. It needs to be done in the middle here.
Carlton need a lift in this middle of the ground. They're getting smashed by the Collingwood mids. Tap down. Trying to get it out was the goal. He couldn't get there. Young did well up to Cripps. This is where they need to lift. And now Hewitt trying to answer. Sends it high, just inside the forward 50. But Collingwood have numbers everywhere. Houston cuts it off. I think it's their first win in a clearance in a very long time. And it's just straight back to a turnover. So the centre square to Dacos. And he goes further to the outer side to Lipinski. Collingwood just ready to break this game wide open. Inward ball, finds Pendlebury, and just takes his time.
Seems like he's got all the time in the world.
Kicks it out wide, not the greatest kick.
It'll work.
Make Lipinski work for it. But now he sends it inside, numbers with Carlton. Cut off! Well, cutting through is Perryman. You would have thought if it was down the other end, it was a cut-off mark in defence, but Perryman just steals it with the one glove. He's already got his first goal in Collingwood colours tonight, a chance for his second.
Like, who's... That's got to be... Nah. Yeah, I think Walsh has to do better there. I really do. He needs to actually attack that ball.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere, though, Perryman. I don't think anyone noticed. But a chance here for Perryman to kick his second goal. It comes in. It's out to the left. It's trying to work its way back, but not enough. Another behind there. Set shot kicking tonight, Collingwood's been pretty poor. So it's 17 points the margin. Wiedering in short. Just these little kicks here, they're all shaky as well, and they're not doing much either.
They're gaining 15, but it's not very...
It's not breaking through the line of
No.
Collingwood. It's just working at short
Like, it's
game
pretty just giving-
disposals. Oh, the kick is dreadful by Hollins. What is that kick?
Not a good. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't know from Carlton. It's just the second half again. Like this is like
Look at this kick. Like, even if he hits this kick, is that really going to do much for McGovern?
It's a 1-on-3. Like in you'd be struggling to make 15 meters. That
So Brody Mychek, a chance here to send a dagger through Carlton.
He's got it.
He sends it long. Has it got the distance? No. Looks like Young got a touch on that, I believe.
yeah, I think he's just short.
Come on, bro. You're in the best position. Surely you can make that call.
I think it's more the theatre of this game. Yeah, it's touch. And it seems like again they're having the second half woes again, Carlton.
They're going to need the next one. Collingwood are peppering at the moment. They lead by 18 points, but it feels like 30 points right now. And the rain's still starting to pour down once again. Williams goes high and long on this wing once again. It's just not going to work. McStay thumps it back. Doherty gathered it well. Lord trying to get rid of it. Good tackle from Pendlebury. Maynard just in and under as he always is. Taps it out towards Dacos. Handball, side bottom. He's got an option over the top. He just dribbles it nicely to Pendlebury.
Oh.
They sort of linked up their whole career. Now McStay. It's a tumble punt towards Elliott. Can he control the bouncing ball? He can. And Membry tried to send it quickly towards goal, but he missed.
Just the skill and class of side bottom Pendlebury there. You just have to watch in awe of how brilliant those two really are.
They almost got away with a big goal there. It's 19 points now. Hollins sends it long once again. Young is there. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go to Curnow.
It's not really where Carlton want him though. They want him down the other, right in the forward 50, not at half back. But it seems like he needs to do it.
He doesn't know what he wants to do with it, so he's just going to send it high once again. Looking for the one-on-one. Young pushed out of it a little bit too easily. Akers there with Howe. Akers did well. Handball back to Walsh. Quick give did well. Young further back here to Curnow. He wants to kick it where he wants to be.
Oh.
Curnow not about to bounce. Every moment Carlton do is just heart and mouth. Sends it long now. Kemp was there. Maynard, happy to see it out. Well, look, for all that heart and mouth kind of stuff, they've got it inside their forward 50.
And the good thing is that because it went out, Curnow's got time to get forward. They just don't have a target up forward when Curnow's not there. That's the sad reality of it.
Someone needs to get on the move here for the Blues. This game is slipping away from them by the moment. Tap down from Young. Fogarty got it out. Lipinski's there. Curnow was held a little. Side bottom, tapping it back. Quaynor did the same, and the umpire says that's all good. So first score in a while for the Blues. So Carlton have already used their sub as well, so they can't bring anyone on. Collingwood still yet to use theirs in Ned Long. So Maynard, short ball, that went about 5 metres. Come on, umpire, fuck me. Howe sends it away. Got Young misfooted. Chera fumbled. McQuarrie sweats on him, ball up. It's just been the problem as well. Like in the last 10 minutes or so, Collingwood have been clean. Carlton have been fumbly.
Yeah.
And in the wet conditions, if one team's a little bit more cleaner, they're just gonna kill you.
They're just resting Nick Dacos forward at the moment.
Cameron got the kick away on as far as Akers. Chera. In fact, it was Hewitt immediately tackled. Perryman trying to get it away. Good tackle from Sard. Been pretty quiet since the opening term. Right now, Carlton, if they don't get the next one, this game I think's gone. Cameron just pushes Young aside easily. Got the kick forward, bouncing ball. They're going to gain 25 metres on the ball, and they'll get the ball in from just in front of the interchange gates.
I think at the moment that Tom de Koning be not in the ruck is really hampering Carlton. But Cameron's just dominating.
As Taccone makes his way onto the field, he won't be here for this next contest. But ball back into play.
Ooh.
Neither ruckman really get towards it. Cameron did get the fist on it. McQuarrie soccers it forward a good 5 metres. Now Hewitt seen out of bounds by McQuarrie once again. The Dacos brothers really coming into this third quarter. couple of teammates with them. Pendlebury, side bottom, a lot of them standing up in the black and white. Tap down towards Chera, couldn't gather it. Now Hewitt, quick give, Cripps, Akers, did well, was calm. Now to Hewitt once again. He drives it in the rain long, looking for a flyer. There, everyone. Frampton dropped that. Wasn't paid by the umpire. Now Houston, back to where it once came. Dacos is pushed in the back.
Yep.
He'll get the free. So Nick Dacos has it. They want to go corridor. Good kick to his brother in Josh. He holds it up. Not really much use about it at the moment. They're just going to slow it up. Out back to Pendlebury.
Yeah, they're doing this well, Collingwood. They're just giving it to the best ball users.
So Pendlebury, this is disposal 21. Not the greatest kick, though. Elliott was misread there by Sard. So Sard just sends it high and long once again. Looking for a competitor there for Collingwood, for Carlton, but no one could get there. Cameron, great tackle on Cripps, dropped it dead. Play on. Now Dacos inside to Howe. He wants to use it well. Sends it high. Who's going to fly? One. McStay couldn't mark it. Neither could Myercheck. Now Hill. Dangerous on the ground. Looking to get on his left boot. Then he's right. Gives it back to Elliott. He kicks it to the top of the goal square. Out the back is Schultz. He'll run to the open goal. And Collingwood have their rivals at breaking strain.
Yeah, this is scary if you're watching this. And they just put so much pressure on that in the last 2 quarters, and it's kind of, the dam's broken.
24 points to the margin. Carlton can't get it forward, and the one time they did, it just rebounded straight out of there. Scotty Pendlebury, what a game he's having. 21 touches. Probably nearly best for Collingwood at the moment. How you doing, Mark? Well, this is where the games have been broken in the second half of the Blues, and right now Collingwood looking like they're going to put a number on Carlton in this third quarter and last quarter right now. 6 minutes left. Tap down from De Koning, side bottom, just too good. Turned it over though. Chera got it out somehow to Fogarty. Carlton need a response. The handball put his teammate under pressure. Dreadful decision. Dacos wasn't much better though. Lord couldn't gather it. Houston was there. Now Dacos with the clearing ball kicked it straight into side bottom. Trying to fish it out was Fogarty. He went back and gathered it. High spiral inside, looking for an option. It was Young. He couldn't gather it cleanly. Motlop looking for a high. Good tackle from Houston.
They've got it in the right area, Carlton. They just... And with De Koning back on the field, this could be their moment.
24 points. Carlton inside their forward 50. Cameron tap. Straight to Lipinski. Handballed it out only as far as Akers. Great tackle from Schultz. Did it well. Locked an arm. Side bottom's handball wasn't the greatest, and Williams sees it out.
He was in the first and second quarter, Williams, but he just hasn't got into this quarter.
Well, when we said in the second quarter, the teams, like whoever gets accustomed to the conditions is going to put a good score on the board. It's Collingwood in this third quarter.
Yeah.
Carlton simply haven't. They haven't ever been able to get their hands on it either. Tap from Cameron out the back to Houston and Sard. Sard did well to bodyline it, only as far as Quaynor. Good tackle from Motlop, but Collingwood have numbers here to work it out. Lipinski, Dacos, Schultz, they're just too good. Gets the ball away. The check side kick up the wing. Wiedering got a fist onto it. Sported back into some danger. Hollands overran it. And now to Goey from outside 50. Great use. Finds Bobby Hill. And this could kill the game right here and now. Latter parts of the third term.
He's had a couple of bad moments, Ollie Hollands, in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Bad kick. Turned it over to Myercheck earlier. And that one just had to get his body in line with the footy.
Thinking about going around the body, but I think he's chosen the smarter option in the wet, so they're able to get the right angle on it.
So Bobby Hill in red time, a chance here to give Collingwood a game-high 30-point lead. 45-degree angle. The set shot goal kicking's been off tonight, the Pies.
He didn't seem like he kicked through it.
Yeah,
he sort of
none of them have kicked well with the set shot tonight.
But the thing is that they could have absolutely dismantled Carlton if they kick straight.
Yeah, true. It's 30 points to the margin right now. It should be more. McGovern, little kick over the top. I don't know what McGovern's done and if he's changed his boots at halftime.
That's a trip.
Holland's back handball to Chera. Just has to hold it up here, and he does.
This pressure from Collingwood's been immense in the last 2 quarters.
Yeah. They're finally reaping some rewards here as well, the Pies. So 4 minutes left. Cameron with the tap. Hewitt got tackled. He's going to be rewarded here, Cameron. He should, and he is.
I think he's been best on ground at the moment.
He's had a good third quarter.
I think that just the experience and strength of him is kind of coming to the fold right now.
Yeah, you can't really show much of your athleticism in this condition like Tom DeConing. Sends it. Lawes Lipinski couldn't mark. Myercheck just couldn't gather it in the conditions, and it trickles out in the end. So 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Right now, Carlton just feels like, even though it's only 25 points, it's not a massive margin, but you just don't see any way they're going to get back into it at this point.
They haven't looked like scoring.
Cameron slaps it down. Sard went to ground, tapped it to Doherty. Good smother from Schultz. Lipinski tapped down. Dacos trying to grab it cleanly. He's happy to see it out. So I think Collingwood are pretty happy to just have it locked inside their forward half. And if they can find someone free, then let it go. If not, just lock it up. Take time off the clock. Just get it to 3/4 time. Tap down, straight to Schultz. Got tackled, let it go. Perryman, side bottom, heard the voice of Lipinski behind him. Handballed it to the grass, looking for someone to gather it, and eventually Hewitt taken out.
They just seem they've got more running at Collingwood.
Yeah, Collingwood just have players in the back just to be ready and sure for that. If someone gets out for Carlton, spare number, just well drilled for the Pies. Neither ruckman could get it. Just comes off the boot of Cameron. And Carlton go with a clearing ball through Hewitt. High up and under. Free kick to Moore. They're just locking it inside their forward half. There's nothing Carlton can really do at the moment. So Moore sends it long once again. They're just peppering right now, the Pies. Death by 1,000 cuts. Great mark from DeConing. So DeConing sends it up the wing. It's not a great kick, though. Just on the head of Chera. Not much he can do about it. Spoiled out by Houston. I mean, you'd say it's a win for Carlton to just get it outside the defensive 50, but Collingwood have been dominant at stoppage as well.
Yeah, they just can't seem to throw a punch here, Carlton.
So 2:30 left. Throws it back into play. DeConing with the tap forward. Bounces in front of Pendlebury. Got a handball away. Turned it over to Chera. Cripps underground. Just too hot there for Walsh and runs out again. Michael Voss just seemingly doesn't have any answers for this well-drilled Collingwood lineup right now. DeConing taps it straight to Pendlebury, just racking them up tonight. Sends it up the wing. Low down was Myercheck, couldn't mark. Carlton had numbers. Hewitt to Doherty. High up and under ball on the wing for Cripps, but cutting it off is Cameron. Well, I think Pendlebury's up there in the best players, with this guy just locking down Tom DeConing in this third quarter. So Cameron's going to send it up the wing once again.
It's out on the full.
It's very wide. And Doherty, if it's not out on the full, it's going to be a mark.
It was marked. Sorry, that was hilarious.
Oh, Matt Hill, you're hilarious. He's just like, well, it's safe to say it isn't riveting stuff. Oh, what a cracker. Free kick here for the Blues. Play on from DeConing. Sends it back inside their forward 50. They need a mark. Went up was Kemp, couldn't take it. Motlop got a handball away only just, but took too long. Turned it over. Dacos, side bottom, wide ball. Cameron will mark. Motlop has to get rid of that ball quicker.
Yeah, yeah, just not good enough. It's really not.
Has to get rid of the footy. Fucking hell. So Darcy Moore just soaks up the time here. A minute left. Collingwood would be very happy with a 25-point lead in pouring rain in the three-quarter time. Myercheck was there, couldn't take it, and Schultz taken out of bounds by Silvani. So back into the ruck. De Koning just let it go again. Cameron, wide ball with a kick. Just finding McStay. Walsh good gather, but taking it out. 38 seconds left. A lot of crowds been pushing back to probably the bars at this point. A lot of the Carlton fans just drinking down all their woes at the moment. Oh, jeez. This has been a bit of a stale third term. Collingwood have just been the most dominant team. Sidebottom just punching it forward. Doherty picks it up. Good smother from Perryman. And eventually, Shearer takes it out once again. It's not just been their tackling as well. It's their pressure around the ball. They're smothering their defensive backs.
Their will to want the ball has been very evident in this quarter.
Yeah. So 26 seconds remain. De Koning went up, got the tap. Handball to Walsh, further back to Doherty. A lot of handballing backwards to eventually just a blasting high ball long and a turnover.
It's really,
Been the story of their third quarter. So Darcy Moore sends it long. Who's going to fly? Silvani had an arm chopped. And Membry handballing to over the top. But it's been all about Collingwood in that third quarter. They broke the spirits of the Blues. In a three-quarter time, they lead it by 25 points. Collingwood, the much better side, they lead at 7-13. Oh, I missed that up then. Oh, I put that, sorry. 7-13, 55 to the Blues, 4-6, 30. Oh, my neck. Fucking hell. That was a grueling third quarter, if I'm being honest. Fucking hell.
After last week with Essendon Port as well.
Yeah, I know. I think the game's been alright until the third quarter. I mean, it's not even just Collingwood dominating. It's just, oh my God. Oh, my neck. Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus Christ. The 15% of you who picked Carlton, I mean, you must be the diehard fans. Oh. What is everyone else doing tomorrow? I'm going to work, so great me. Yay. Yay. Jesus Christ, this game is going to be a fucking blowout if Carlton don't stand up yet.
Yeah, definitely.
Players starting to move back into position now. You see much hope here for the Blues? Sorry. Do you see much hope for the Blues?
No, they haven't shown anything in that third quarter, and they didn't show much in the second quarter either. They were just lucky that Collingwood just didn't take their opportunities in that second quarter. So they need to sort out what is happening in their second half because it
is an issue. They can't just sweep.
Let's be blunt. It's been pathetic. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So Walsh lined up against Dacos at stoppage. Last quarter about to get underway. The goalie looks like he may be out of the game. Maybe subbed out as just a precautionary call.
Doesn't seem any strapping or anything like that. So maybe.
So it looks like Collingwood may be calling out a star a bit early. But the last quarter about to get underway. Can Carlton respond or Collingwood just waltz into their third win of the season? From the bounce, Cameron wins it down towards Dacos. Couldn't gather it was Hewitt. Fumbled there was Walsh. Did well to feed it out to Cripps. Fed it out somehow. I think it was a throw, but anyway, Dacos sent it to centre half forward. 1-2. Great grab from Silvani. He stood up well.
Yeah, I don't think the problem, it's really stupid to say this, but I don't think it's been their defence that's been the problem tonight. It's been their midfield. They haven't just...
Oh, yeah, it's been their midfield. They've been smashed.
The midfield's been, dominated since the second quarter with the amount of clearances and non-pressure from Carlton has been astounding.
So side bottom sends it towards the 50. Up went McGovern. Couldn't mark. Wiedering should get there first. As KO decides to buffer. That'd be fucking about right. Gives it back to Sard. Handballing it away. Dangerous place to turn it over. Membry sent it back. But Wiedering happy to just bomb it outside the defensive area. Only as far as Pendlebury. Bounces past him. Kemp trying to tap it away. Moore gives off the handball to Cameron. Pendlebury. Further away, only as far as Moore, but he lets Dacos grab it. They just have all the time in the world at the moment, the Pies. High ball for Maynard, knee into the back of him there. I don't know who that was.
That would have hurt.
It was McGovern. Maynard still fighting for it, tapped it forward, side bottom. I don't know how they still have it in bounds at the moment, the Pies. Side bottom waits for McGovern to grab it, and umpire calls for it now. Sard, knee bit sore at the moment, got a bit of a limp up. Tap from DeConing. Hewitt got tackled, got a kick away just in time. Inboard towards Motlop. Couldn't gather it. Dacos to his brother. Then the 1-2. Looking for the third. Great tackle. Great work from Kemp. Sweated on him. Dacos didn't know it was coming. Maybe that's something that can lift the Blues. Oh, as I say that, he turns it straight over. Fuck me. Anyway. Collingwood have it now, centre half forward to McQuarrie. Handball over the top to Crisp. He gets a nice bounce. Back onto his trusty left boot. Kick inside 50. Good spoil. Brought to ground by Kemp. McQuarrie. Part of the seas there. Ned Long only just came on. And he joins the party. Oh, they're gone now. The Blues, Collingwood, just celebrating, knowing they're going to be 3-1.
As the rain pours, the goals pour for Collingwood. And you could probably say this is game over. 31 points up.
What a shit kick.
They've just got to be better there. With
How many times have they done that tonight? Ollie Hollands has done it. He's done it. Doherty's done it, I think, once or twice.
Yeah, it's just not great. It's really, really disappointing. Like they've been saying all week. They've got so many All Australians, Brownlow medalists, Coleman medalists, and
future. Yeah,
and it's just
Carlton,
nothing.
yeah.
And they're pulling out these performances and like sloppy skill errors that you shouldn't expect from such experienced players.
That's the thing, though. Like, I mean, this is pouring down rain, going corridor kick. It has to be perfect, and if you mess it up a little bit, it's just a dead turnover. Carlton trying to work it forward. Did well there. Was Fogarty to get it into space for Moyer, but Moore read it well. And takes a run away. Went to maybe bounce it, but just decides to kick it long. Dacos causes a contest, brings it to ground. McQuarrie, handball over the top to Lipinski. And now he goes even further. Dacos out the back. Handball wasn't the greatest. Had to make Membry work for it. Looking for the 1-2, didn't get it. Haynes did well to scramble. And now Hewitt on the counter. Short ball on the bounce to Koning. Another bad kick. Houston, long handball. They've just been clean of the Pies. Now Dacos, usually a good user, decision maker, and the kick looks good. When you're good, you're good. And Nick Dacos, even in the pouring rain, still finds the target.
I haven't seen Cripps all half. Have you?
I've seen him, I think, once or twice.
I don't know.
Carlton are going to go to 0-4 with a game next week in Gather Round of all things against West Coast, who could be in the same spot. But back to the Pies, it's all about them at the moment. My check to give them a 37-point lead. Hasn't had the greatest night, and in fact, I don't think he scored. He's kicked it behind.
Well, and that's the good thing. The fact is that Bobby Hill and Mycheck both haven't hit the scoreboard, and they're still...
They're still, they're still in front by double. 37 points to 1, Mark Howard just said in the second half so far.
But they're running out games, right?
Yeah. I think they're running them out pretty well, according to Michael Voss. So Doherty sends it long. Howe got a spoil to it. Maynard, side bottom. Dribbling ball down the wing. Great pick up there from Schultz. He just kept it in front of him. Tapped it onto Long, who will just want to keep on running. Walsh gathered it. Just turned it over almost. Eventually, Long kept it in momentarily. Well, right now, I think even the Collingwood fans sitting in the pouring rain are loving this. I mean, he's wearing a T-shirt, hasn't got a hat, hasn't got a beanie, any sort of wear for cold weather, that guy, but he's loving every moment of it. Houston socketed off the ground, high up and under ball. Haynes in underneath it. Mycheck 3-on-1, caused the contest to bring it to the ground. Elliott sees it out. So it's a huge difference between the sides. 1-on-3 there for Collingwood, bringing it to ground. Carlton have the numbers up forward, just can't bring it to ground. Yeah. And then when they do, there's no smalls to grab it. It's just a lot of problems at the Blues right now. 32-point lead. Tap down from Cameron. Socket out of the midair there from Williams. Bouncing ball. Moore was there with Kemp. Ricochets to Houston. Sends it back inside 50. Elliott dropped another mark. He's dropped a couple tonight. May have to just look at his hands at the end of the game. Great work from Collingwood to cause the pressure. Long handball forward only as far as McGovern. Got it away. The Blues, there's Cripps for you. And out of Walsh. He'll send it high and long, looking just to get it out of the danger zone just for a moment. The Blues have numbers out the back. More great contest. Frampton, Cameron, Perryman sends a tumble punt forward. Went there, couldn't mark. There was McGovern. Socket off the ground from 45 out. Lockie Schultz. Oh, imagine that. Kicked it through from behind.
The way Collingwood are going, I'm surprised it didn't go in. Yeah, it's very... It just shows the difference in class, really.
And again, they're going to go high and long. Seems like they haven't learned a lot from last week. Akers, all season. Cripps off the ground. Did well to cover it. There was Josh Dacos from inside the centre square. Sends it long to the 1-on-1. Haynes spoiled it down. Akers, good pick up. Back to Silvani, and he's sent out of bounds. So tap down there from Cameron. Dacos missed the tackle on Doherty. Sends a high ball. Who's going to fly there for Carlton? It's Darcy Moore. Gets 2 fists onto it. Lands in the hands of Cripps. Try to break a tackler. And seen out of bounds.
Now, in the first quarter, that was holding the ball.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. Just like the consistency of the umpires.
So 14-23 left to suffer for the Blues. They've scored 1 behind in this second half.
Yeah,
Cameron got a taken high.
This is going to be very interesting half of the game. With the fact is that they've only got 1 point in the second half.
The thing is, like, they may even get a couple late here, but when the game was on, they've kicked 1 behind in the second half. Even if they kick like 2 or 3 late, Dacos has the mark here. But they kick another point, they kick another couple of goals. I don't really pay those. I mean, I wouldn't. They've kicked 1 behind in the second half.
Ugh.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Collingwood have been really good on pressure, but I don't think they've been amazing. I think they've been good. They've came out and played the conditions to very well. But I don't think they've been amazing. I think Collingwood have done enough to just beat them and just kick a couple of goals. Carlton haven't done anything. Handball away from Walsh inside the forward 50 for the Pies. Side bottom, tracking it, tapped it out towards Dacos. It comes back to side bottom, fumble, and eventually runs out.
I think the big issue at the moment is the fact is that their game style has been the same since the rains came through. They just bomb it long and just hope for the best. They don't have any structure up forward, and all the Collingwood defenders just rebound it.
Coney try to take it out of the ruck, lands to Cripps. Dacos, great turn. McQuarrie running away from his opponent. Handball quick to Maynard, who jammed it on the boot quickly. Numbers there, long, couldn't mark. Williams trying to add some speed. Perryman did well to cause some pressure. Got a handball away though. Fogarty to Motlop. Maybe a chance here for the Blues. Motlop, nice little kick just to get a little option over the top. A little bit of overlap. Kemp's kick wasn't the greatest to White. Made him run back with the flight. He couldn't gather it. Now Maynard sits on top. Another dreadful inside 50 from the Blues.
Yeah, it's not.
Fuck, that kick was dreadful. Like, fucking hell. They gave him the overlap and he still messed it up. God, Carlton are frustrating to watch. Thank fuck I don't barrack for him. Dacos got the handball away. Is that a throw? I think it is. It's going to be a Carlton free. Dacos trying to plead his case, but the umpire's not really listening to it. And I think this will go to Doherty. Yeah, that's a throw.
Yeah. Should really go to Hewitt, but that's at the point.
It is not Hewitt. Yeah. So George Hewitt, he's had a good first half. Dacos has just got on top of him in the second half.
He's done all right, Hewitt. It's just the fact is that none of his other midfielders went with him.
So George Hewitt, a chance here to get Carlton's first goal of the second half, and that's been the story of their night.
Yeah, that's
another behind. They've just they haven't had much opportunity at all in the second half. Their use of the football has been woeful, and another scar on the scoreboard for the Blues. So Howe goes members side towards Cameron. De Koning couldn't mark. Long gave the handball to Membry. Crisp on the up. Perryman wrapped up. Ball up again. So there's 2 people on the bench at the moment for the Blues. Just interesting there. I'm sure the other 2 are fine, but Collingwood's pressure's just been immense.
Yeah.
Cameron tap. Crisp. Get it away here. Handball forward to Hill. He couldn't grab it cleanly. McGovern to Chera. Can he send it long? He does. High ball. Collingwood have numbers. Has to go Fogarty. Wasn't there in time. Hollands gathered it well to Akers. Sends it inside. Bouncing ball out of bounds. Umpire. Ball in.
Maybe a bit of sympathy from the umpire.
Well, it looks like Collingwood are going to get one over the old rival. Hasn't been one for the highlight reel this second half, I will say. The first half, I think, was a lot better. Carlton were in for the fight. So McStay takes it out of the ruck. Handball away towards Chera, Hollands and Hill. Chera gets it. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go to Hollands. So can Ollie Hollands kick a goal? He kind of owes them a couple. He's messed up a few times tonight. Kicked a nice goal to start the game, Ollie Hollands, though. They've only kicked 3 since. So Hollands from outside 50 sends it long. Has it got the distance? I think it was touched by McStay.
Oh, I think that's in. I reckon that's in. Ooh.
Is this the same umpire? Bro, you were in the perfect position. That umpire's got all red all over his hands. Off to goal. Well, the umpire was wrong.
I was right. I could see it.
Good call from good call from umpire Jack here in the South Australian household.
It was a goal, not a point.
Oh. I still want to give it a point, but anyway. Carlton get a goal. First goal of the second half.
And Ollie Hollands has his second.
When Ollie Hollands is kicking the most amount of goals for your team, you know you've had a poor night.
Yeah.
26 points. I mean, look, I don't even want to try and fathom a point of giving Carlton a chance here, but it is only 26 points with 11 minutes to go. Are we going to give him a chance here, the Blues?
Well, I wouldn't, but the fact is that the Collingwood haven't put them away. If you've got any criticism on them yet, on Collingwood, it's the fact that they haven't put them away.
Even the Carlton supporters there are like, fuck me, please play the goal.
Like you see at the end of the goal, like, none of them celebrated.
So scores, Carlton get their first goal in the second half. Can they use that to maybe rally a little? Walsh, handball back to Young. Got high one there from Perryman. He sat on top of it, and it's ball up. 11 minutes left. There is time, but fuck me, they don't deserve it. Collingwood haven't put him away, though. You are right. Young with the tap out the back. Chero was tackled immediately. Young did well. Just working it forward here. Walsh socketed it off the turf. First player there is Crisp, who just socketed it back the other way. Oh, great little work. I wonder if he knew he was there.
We'll just say yes.
We say yes.
Well, this is how poor Carlton have been tonight.
So Lockie Schultz has it on the wing. Low ball. Wasn't the greatest kick. Chera read it well. Fisted it out of bounds.
Yeah, like you said, though, that they've kicked a goal, when Collingwood have already won it, in their eyes. So,
well, yeah.
It's not been a great second half contest, really.
But Collingwood have been the better team, by
Yes.
far. Oh, pushed away a little bit too easily there, Young. McStay couldn't grab it. Pendlebury just shoveled it forward. Akers, good tackle there from Long. Got it away, though. Walsh on the up there to Chera, too hot for him. Dacos wrapped up.
Would have expected more.
So Patrick Cripps to Koninger on the bench. Need them back on. They had a problem with this last week against the Western Bulldogs. Back into play. Young tap down between the legs of Walsh. Pendlebury will get there first. Handball back inside on the bounce to Moore. Always has the time. And then handballing, kicks it long towards Membry. Couldn't mark. Silvani. Handballed away. Sard sees it out. Takes it out of the ruck there, McStay from the 50. Dribbling it inside. Great little gather from Membry. Heard the voice over his shoulder. Missed his target. Now Hewitt. Clearing ball outside the defensive 50. Kemp has hands onto it. Broke past his opponent and left the ball behind. Walsh. Quick give off to Akers. Has no one in front of him. So just handballs it in hope. Kemp, good gather. He went to ground. Broke a tackle. Did it well. Now Chera sends it towards the forward 50. Going back with the flight. Quaino. Oh, they didn't talk it out. And now an opportunity here for their debutant in white. And he sent it across to the face.
Would have been nice to see the kid get one.
If he got one, I'd give him a bit of a chance. Because, I mean, that could get him up and about. But he missed. I want him to get one, though.
He's done a few nice things. He started well, but he just, I think he's
just like his team.
most of their team drifted out of it.
So Dacos just has an issue here with his knee. Probably a knee-on-knee situation. I'm sure he's okay. Now Quaynor sends a high ball. did well there, Membry. Schultz got the handball away, but only as far as Young, who immediately turned it over to side bottom. I don't think he needs help getting the footy. Houston, inside to Perryman, and they link up well. To Moore, he's about to get shut down. Just too easy, break past Kemp. Ran a long way. Got the kick forward to space, looking for the one-on-one. Hill up against Hollins. Who's going to break away? Hill did it well to Elliott. He fumbled, gives it out somehow to Cripps. Off to Long, and now Lipinski. This will shut the gates. It will. Touched by Myercheck, I think, on accidentally.
No, it's
a free kick going to Wettering.
It's my check, though.
Hollins, quick little kick over the top. Walsh. Quick little kick up. Finds Hewitt. Now to Walsh. He's got Hollins over the top. They're linking up with Run here, the Blues. Hollins, short ball. Now, Lord over the top. They have numbers here, the Blues.
They just got to get inside 450s. Like,
holds it up momentarily. Goes to the pocket. What a shit kick that is. Fuck
it was
me.
never to a forward's advantage. Like, come on.
Collingwood have let them in this last quarter too. Because, oh my God. Side bottom has it on the wing. Fuck, they're frustrating. Like, a free kick inside the forward 50, and he goes to the 2-on-1 in Collingwood's favour, and kicks it to the Collingwood's advantage. Fuck me. Sidebottom breaks away to the cheers of the Collingwood fans. Williams Spoil goes back. Dangerous signs here for the Blues. McGovern went to ground. Hill stayed on his feet. Haynes dug it out of there. Only as far as Membry. Quick give to Perryman. Dribbling ball to found Myercheck. He's been wayward tonight, and he won't get this one. So Akers, quick kick up here to Kemp. 25 points, 7 minutes to play. Kick inside.
They've got a wheel and go here, Carlton. But they're all stagnant. They're not making any movement. He's wondering where to go. He's at...
I'll be surprised if Nick Dacos comes back on now.
Yeah,
He's got a knee knock. I'm sure they're not going to risk that. Up to Wettering. They got the numbers here, the Blues. He gives it off to Doherty. Can he use it well? Sends it long. 2-on-1. Moore's there. Got 2 fists to it. Thumps it out of bounds.
Like, Kerno can do a lot, but he can't beat a Howe and a Darcy Moore in a contest. That's just not going to happen.
So back in the ruck we go. DeConing up against Cameron. Against McStay, in fact, who gathers it and clears it. Nice looking ball. Don't know if he meant it, but Schultz on the lead takes it.
Everything's just coming up black and white at the moment. Whatever they're doing.
Schultz has the footy. Sends it long. Wettering, great grab. Was touched off the boot, in fact, unfortunately. Free kick to McStay to kind of give away another free kick. He's given away a few tonight. Who would you give the best player to? I think Sidebottom or Pendlebury, to be honest.
I think it's Cameron.
I mean, he's had a good second half. Good mark from Wettering. He would have had it in the first half if they were any closer as well.
I think Cameron, just because the fact is that when the game was there to be won, he dominated in the ruck. He gave the ball easy access to the midfielders.
Yeah.
But, I think Scotty Pendlebury and Sidebottom wouldn't be that far behind, and that just shows
the ringing around of the MCG, the Collingwood chant would be piercing through every Carlton supporter right now. They would hate that sound more than a baby crying in the shops. The kick inside 50 wasn't the greatest, so McGovern cuts it off. Kick it centre half back. Finds to Doherty, who gives it off back to Akers. He'll want to go corridor. That's where he goes high and long. Frampton's there. Well done from Kemp to bring it to the ground. Fighting for it with Crisp. Quick on the up to Moore. Long handball. Looking for a teammate. Good shepherd from Haynes. Leaves it for Hollins, who's looking the other direction. I don't know if he knows he's going to the left-hand side of screen. I'm sure he does. So it's just a fucking... They're down by 25 points. I understand that you're fucking down and you don't expect to win this game. You've kicked 1 goal in the second half. Could you fucking move forward, please? They work it to half forward. Haynes did it well. Fine Lord. He'll send it high and long. He had 2 numbers in front, decided to send it long. De Koning almost grabbed it. And I think he's paid that.
No, he's giving the free to Motlop. Yeah, the free went to Motlop.
So Motlop's got the free here with 4 minutes 17. No, I'm going to be honest. Motlop's fucking stayed down there. He could have got up. He went to get up and then realised he'll get a free if he stands and hits his head into Quaynor. So Motlop, an opportunity to bring it back to 19 points.
Give him a bit of hope.
Straight in front. 30 metres out. Motlop sees their hopes go to the rights. With Dan Houston just letting him know what he's going to be doing in his holiday, I think. So 24 points. Short ball turnover again.
What was that?
To Nick Dacos. And Silvani rightfully giving him a good stoush. Dacos sends it up the wing. Cameron got a spoil to it. Elliott trying to gather it. Did really well to break past the tackler to Josh Dacos. Long handball, Lipinski to Long. They deserve to win this by more, the Pies. McStay wraps him up, and it's a ball up. Wrapped up there was Cripps, got a kick away, bouncing ball, tracking the boundary line and rolling out. It says 24 points to the margin, but I got to tell you, this has been one of the biggest smashings a 24-point margin would see.
Yeah, exactly.
82,000 people at the MCG have seen a shellacking on Collingwood's side tonight. 24 points. It doesn't read the story. It doesn't tell the story. Cameron tracks it down the wing on the bounce. Sees it there, was young, and he sees it run out of bounds. Fucking hell. I think I was more interested by the game last week. This second half has been fucking boring.
Yeah.
Alright, we've seen Peter Dacos 3 times. Fuck's sake. Yeah, we've seen him 3 times on the commentary. Like, fucking, I know who he is.
In the last 90 seconds.
Oh.
Mind you. Far out.
If they go to him again, I'm turning it off. Chera handballing it away. Moya trying to get rid of it. Sliding to the ground. And another ball up. I got a feeling they're going to go to Peter Dacos in a minute. De Koning will get the free here. How do you think he's feeling right now, Tom De Koning?
I think he's really looking at the St Kilda offer right about now.
He's like, at least I won't be in front of 80,000 people getting embarrassed. At least I'll only be in front of 40,000.
Yeah.
Oh, Hewitt's got the free. This does not deserve to be a 3-goal win.
No. It doesn't. It feels like it feels at the moment it's about a 6-goal lead Collingwood have at the moment. But if he kicks this one, they're back to 3 goals.
George Hewitt's had a good night for the Blues. He's probably been one of their best. So 45-degree angle, about 35 metres out. George Hewitt does well. Good finish from George Hewitt. Sydney taught him that one.
With a minute 36.
Oh, there are a chance here, the Blues.
There's a chance.
Oh, yeah.
Port won it last year with, 14 seconds left for 2 goals? No, 40 seconds? 30 goals? I can't remember.
Into Hawthorn.
Yeah.
He's played well, George Hewitt.
Yeah.
He's probably been one of their best. Actually, you know what? He's probably been their best. being
No,
honest.
he has, yeah. But Wiedering's been a bit out of it since the second half. The fact is that,
I mean, he's kept his opponents quiet, but yeah.
but
I
with
mean, I
the
think
amount of
George-
ball that they've had down back, it's just been like an avalanche.
yeah, it's not much you can do about that.
Yeah. There's still a chance. 96 seconds left.
Are we really going to be like a Fox Footy or a Channel 7 commentator?
No, it's
There's
over.
still a chance.
It's over.
So Cameron with the tap. Hewitt just fumbled it a little. Chera trying to get rid of it. Did well. Got it out to Hollins. Breaking away from a couple of Collingwood opponents. Nearly fumbled. Saw Doherty on the outer. Finds him. Who sends it inside the forward 50 to the lead up. Frampton. Spoiled it away. Numbers here with Hollins. He's kicked 2 tonight. High ball. It goes long. And through for a behind.
And the
If he kicked
all
that, I
the
would have given him a bit of a chance.
all the hope in the world just goes with that kick.
They've had chances in this last quarter too. Motlop had an opportunity. He missed.
Yeah.
Hollins missed that one. So Carlton are going to go to 0-4. Collingwood are going to go to 3-1. I mean, look, at this point, look, when you think about it, they may have been 1-3 Carlton at this stage. You wouldn't have expected them to lose to Collingwood, to the Richmond in round one. But still, and even then, I mean, if you look at it in hindsight, they should have beaten the Bulldogs, really.
They should be 2-2 at the moment.
Yeah.
They should not be. There's definitely no way they should be 0-4.
But they're playing like it.
And they're playing like it. That's the sad reality is that they're playing like an 0-4 team.
So DeConing takes it out of the ruck, got a handball. Dacos handballing to the voice, missed his target. Now wrapped up with Williams.
And the sad reality also is the fact is that they're playing like individuals. They're not playing as a team.
Yeah.
And that's what. And this second half woes are just after 4 games needs to be addressed. Needs to be.
So Pendlebury handballs it to himself just to gain an extra disposal, trying to get in front of the 2 Dacos brothers. How much has he had tonight, Scotty Pendlebury? 30. Fucking hell, it just racks him up. Tap down from Cameron. Elliott couldn't get rid of it. Now Sard off to Williams. Sends it up the wing. Maynard did well to keep it in front of him. Then the scoop. That had to be a throw. Wasn't paid. I think I heard this from actually Daniel Gorringe. The last time they have not won a game that wasn't against North Melbourne or West Coast since June of last year.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they play them 2 teams in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
But the sad thing is that when they play North Melbourne, would you be tipping them?
it may actually be a good Friday game worth watching. Long with the tap on, Maynard with the gather, handball back to Nick Dacos, fitting he gets the last touch of the game, and the Pies beat the old rival. They beat them up, leave them bloodied, 0-4 at rock bottom of the ladder, and Collingwood go 3-1 and are a team to beat in 2025. That was a good one. I've fucked them up the last couple of weeks. That's a good ending. Zach Williams clutching his knee or something. Hopefully he's okay. But there is your final scoreline. The Pies were too good in the end for Carlton. 8-15-63 to the Blues. 6-10-46. All right, guys. Thank you for joining the stream today. The review video will be coming out on Saturday for the review of the first part of the round, and Sunday, of course, for the Sunday games. But yeah, thank you again, guys, for watching and listening.